Hey everyone, the Talking Dads podcast is brought to you by Little Scholars Early Learning Center. Whether your family needs infant care, a preschool program, or before and after school care, Little Scholars' highly rated Step Up to Quality programs provide quality early childhood education at an affordable price. Visit www.littlescholars.net to get in contact with an enrollment specialist and schedule a tour of any of their 5 Lake County campuses. Here's the deal. Talking Dads fans are getting a little bonus. Mention that you heard about them through our podcast, and when you tour, and you'll receive $25 off of your registration fee. Again, that's Little Scholars Early Learning Center, where children learn, play, and grow together. We are also brought to you by Pub Fredo Gastropub. Pub Fredo was voted Best Gastropub in Cleveland in 2019 by Cleveland Magazine Silver Spoon Awards. We love Pub Fredo. Their menu is chef-inspired, always pushing the limits of traditional pub fare. The other night I had a burger, I believe it was called the Pub Burger. It was incredible. Cooked perfectly. It was amazing. And you won't have a problem pairing your favorite item on the menu with their great selection of local craft beers, crafted cocktails, and of course, an amazing bourbon and whiskey selection. I went with the Bullet 10-year with my Pub Burger. All of this in a cozy, fun, come-as-you-are atmosphere. You can check them out at pubfredo.com and on Facebook and Instagram at Pubfredo Gastropub. Yo, what's up, podcast? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Talking Dads. We got a treat for you this week. We brought in Todd Lamperski, who he's just got an amazing story. We talked to him about his personal training business, being the owner of a gym. He got into some financial planning at one point, went through a divorce, so spending time with his 3 kids. And then, he had 3 strokes. This guy's quite the story. We had a really good time talking to him. Some really good proud dad moments in there. It was just amazing. Enjoy it, love it, share it, tell all of your friends about it, and know that we appreciate you.
In a world where moms continue to dominate parenting authority and a father's role is minimized in society, 2 dads take on the toughest parenting topics on a weekly basis, all while drinking bourbon. They are the Talking Dads.
So we are up and rolling.
We are rolling.
So what's going on?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Not too
Good.
bad.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Good. So Todd, why don't let's just kick it off with a dad profile. So kind of let us know who you are, what you do, what kind of your dad's story, 60 seconds or so, and then we'll get into it.
Todd Lamperski. I've been doing personal fitness training, own a gym for about 25 plus years now.
Ow.
I got 3 kids. Luke, Logan, and Logan's over there. Luke, Logan, in London. Luke is 12, Logan's 9, and London is 5.
Okay.
I'm divorced, so I don't see them as much as I'd like to, but, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Things happen. So,
Yep.
just try to be the best dad possible.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's very cool. And you were a recommendation from our buddy Mark, which is great. We love getting referrals, I guess, based on previous guests, because was kind of the point of this whole thing, was to kind of expand our network of dads that we talk to and interact with and learn from and all that kind of good stuff. So very cool that you came out here and do the show with us.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate
Mark's
it.
one of my coaches. He does a great job. So, I did a live video on Facebook, and he's like, I got to get you on this podcast. So, I think he reached out to you on Facebook Messenger, and we were chatting like within the next 5 minutes. So,
Yeah, that's
happy
great.
to be here.
That's
It's
awesome.
awesome, man. So yeah, we appreciate you coming. So where do you guys live?
I live in Rome, Ohio.
Rome?
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because Mark's out that way, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the Roman Shores.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 minutes away.
Right,
Okay.
right. I used to go out to Rome Feed quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I know about Rome.
I don't know where that's
When
at.
in Rome.
Farm somewhere that I used to get
for
shelled
hunt?
for deer corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go out there.
Is that in Orwell?
I don't know.
Okay.
Route 11.
Because we go out to we go out to Rock Creek a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real close to Rock Creek.
Yeah.
Our
I'm
buddy's
right
got a
on
bunch
the
of
corner of
property.
45 and Route 6.
Oh, okay.
So there's
okay.
a bar right there, McGinty's.
Yeah.
I'm right I'm in
absolutely.
the back. My gym's in the back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. In our younger days, we spent a lot of time out there at our buddy's property and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Yeah, go riding and then shooting, camping,
a lot of
fishing.
shooting, a lot of camping.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Time.
Missed that actually.
Yeah,
Missed it a lot.
Well, I got separated and moved to Garfield Heights for about a year or so. I got robbed twice. And then I moved to Euclid and got robbed once. I'm like, hell with this. This is stupid. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
So the girl I'm dating now lives in Roaming Shores.
Okay.
So I came to visit her a couple of times. I'm like, it's so nice and quiet out here. And I grew up in PA. I grew up in on the back dirt road. Nobody lived close by. I'm like, I miss that so bad.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I got out there. I'm like, this is awesome. She's like, you like it out here? I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking heaven. So I moved out. I rent an apartment now. I right up at the gym. So I'll get the gym out there. And there's no population. So I knew opening the gym was going to be hit or miss.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But it's such a need out there. There's no gym anywhere.
Yeah. That's kind of what Mark was saying.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
And we're doing great. So, I mean,
That's awesome, man.
May 11th of 2019. So we're a year and a couple months into it. We're doing great. So
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Good
yeah.
for you, man. I love that. I love hearing, dads out there doing things that, you're not quite sure about, but you go ahead and you take that risk and you put
Take
the
that
work
leap.
in.
Yeah.
Because that always, especially like entrepreneurial stuff, like it always translates to being a father,
Yeah,
right? Like
for sure.
you're putting the work in, you're doing what needs to be done. There's no excuses. You just do, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of what parenting is. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't have the choice. Like, you don't have the choice to say, well, I'd
want a
like
kid, you gotta
to
raise
feed
them.
you today, but
Exactly.
guess what? It's, that diaper's hanging a little low, but guess what? You just got to do it.
You just got to do it. That's what it is.
So that's very cool. So owning the gym, so Mark kind of gave us the perspective of personal training, but owning a gym has got to be a little bit different.
For sure. I started out as a trainer. So quick story. So when I was in PA, I went to college for a year or two and partied more than I studied or doing anything else. But
As we do.
joined fraternity, had a great time.
Yeah.
But I came back from college 20 pounds overweight, the normal freshman 30 or whatever they call it.
Which is easy to do.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a gym, a small gym by my house in PA, by my mom's house on Route 8. It was called Stick With It Fitness, if my memory serves me correctly. But so I went inside. I was college student, I was broke.
Yeah.
So I went inside, and the owner's name was Al, and I said, "Hey, Al, can I get a job here? I want to work out here." And he's like, "Tell you what, I had no money." He's like, "Tell you what, come clean the place, sweep up after hours and stuff, and you can work out for free." I'm like, "Perfect." So I kind of knew what I was doing just from high school football and all stuff like that. So I started working out, started losing weight, doing stuff I should be doing, not drinking and eating better, and just started cutting weight quick. And people in the gym were like, what are you doing? Can you train me? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to train anybody. I don't fucking know. But I was doing construction at the time. I'm like, I can make $60 an hour training somebody or $10 an hour digging dishes. I'm like, I'll stay in the gym. And
Right.
So that was it. I got certified and started training, and that was it. That was my path from there. So
That's
I've just been
awesome.
doing it
That's
ever
awesome,
since. So, and I love it. I love what I do. Like I said, I get up at 4:00 in the morning. I love what I do. So,
That's great.
So
Something to be said about doing what you love, right?
if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
the
that's
best thing, man.
like a super cliche, and it's so incredibly true.
100%.
For sure.
I mean, I've done jobs that I've hated, I've done jobs that I've loved, and I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But like, there's something to be said about getting up and just being excited. You know?
For sure.
For sure.
Well, I got out of the gym business in October 2016. I had a corporate gym in downtown Cleveland at 800 members. Was training 10 hours a day, and I loved it. But the gym closed. Our landlord was selling the building.
Yeah.
So they weren't doing any leases. So that closed down. At the same time, but literally the same month, I was going through a divorce, nasty divorce. And I just said, I'm taking a break. I need a break from fitness. So I got into financial planning, which was fucking terrible. I still have my hand in it. I got licensed, and I got my health and I can do life insurance, health, and whatever it's called, certifications and stuff like that. Did some bit. This okay because I had a lot of connections. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I hated it. Get up every morning, putting a suit on, go and meet people. Like, this fucking blows. I'm like, this sucks. I miss the gym. So I kind of just eased my way back into training clients and back in the gym. And I said, when I moved to Rome, I was talking, my girlfriend's name is Karina. And she's like, we need a gym out here. Cause I used to have a CrossFit as well that I sold during the divorce. But, so I'm like, yeah, let's open something up. So we started looking for space, and this happened to find the perfect space. And like I said, the rental property above I can rent out of. So it's a perfect scenario, worked out perfectly.
Yeah. That's great.
That is phenomenal.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. So
good for you, man.
Gym to financial planning, back to the gym.
Yeah. Still my hand in financial planning.
Yeah.
I don't
But you have that, though. But you have that to fall back on if you want to, you know?
Like I said, if you came to me and said, I need life insurance, I'm like, okay, all right, fine.
Yeah,
what do you need? What do you
you sure don't want to get training first. I mean,
but I'm not chasing anybody down for it, ever.
Yeah. Well, it's there if you need it.
Well, the good thing, too, is like those are skills that you learn during that will also help you personally.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's no lose in that.
No.
I learned how to take objections really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm doing life insurance. I'm like, hey, what's up, Joe? I'm like calling about life insurance. Ugh. It's like I'm busy. I gotta go. And so you just call the next 50 people. So
there's a lot of that
for sure.
Yeah, that definitely
takes some thick skin right there.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. So gym, life insurance, gym and life insurance, divorced. So you said that was what, like 2016?
Yeah, 16.
So it's been a couple years now.
Sure.
You said it was a nasty divorce. I mean, I don't know too many people that have had good divorces.
True.
But
That's
there
very
are
true.
some.
There are, absolutely.
But like as a dad, we've had a few guys that are divorced in here. And everyone's kind of story is a little bit different and how they were able to deal with it, whether it was tougher at the beginning and then they kind of got in a groove and like a routine. But how is it with you and your boys? And like you said from the beginning that you don't get to see them as much as you'd like to, of course.
Yeah, are they close? I mean, are they relatively close to where you guys live, or?
I mean, they live in Perry.
Oh, okay.
They got the house in Perry. So
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I see him. Not necessarily as much as I want, but I get every other weekend.
Okay, yeah.
And I can, if I call him up on Wednesday and say, hey, can I take him to dinner or lunch or whatever, she wouldn't give me a trouble. I don't think. I never really tried. Excuse me. But when the whole thing went through, it was pretty nasty. I mean, I went through. And that's one of the reasons, Mark said, dude, you got to get on here. So I went through that. So in October 2016, my gym closed of 12 years. So I lost all my training business, my income.
Yeah.
Got separated, moved out of the house in November 1st. And then literally I tried to drink all the alcohol in Ohio. I just went for like complete fucking downward spiral. Like fuck everybody, fuck the world, fuck life. I don't care.
Understandable.
Oh, it was horrible. But then, fast forward to, September 2017, I had a stroke. 43 years old, I had a stroke.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Met with a client, had some drinks, came home, stayed in my kitchen, got a little light had flash of light, like what the hell? So I was just like, okay, maybe I just drank too much. I don't know. Went in my bedroom, getting undressed, and put my hand on my legs started going. I put my hand on the bed, my arm went numb. I'm laying on the floor, just everything went numb. Like fuck. So I called my mom, because I could barely use my phone. Called my mom, and she said, you sounded like you were in a car accident. She's like, I don't know if you were wasted. I didn't know if you were in a car accident. I just was so worried. And she's talking to me. She's like, you're having a stroke. I had the worst headache I've ever had in my entire life. Like just the worst. Like I couldn't get rid of it. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I need to go get some sleep. So I tried to lay down, had the worst headache, and then I got up and threw up. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Drove myself to the hospital. Smart.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome, right? So I drove myself to Marymount Hospital, and I walked in, and the lady's like, oh my God, get a wheelchair. They put me in a wheelchair. Like right away, they knew something was wrong. Because I was swaying, or I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, stayed in the hospital. So I was 3 days in the hospital. I did have a stroke. They still have no idea why, no reason why. I guess they say 1 out of 4, they find out, 1 out of 4 people, they figure out what caused the strokes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, that's pretty shitty.
So the other 75%?
Yeah.
No reason?
No idea. I'm like, you guys are the fucking Cleveland Clinic.
Seriously, man, you can't give me a better answer than that. It's terrifying.
So I'm in the hospital for 3 days, Marymount Hospital. They released me, and I'm on, blood thinners and all this stuff. Actually, I take it back. I was on blood thinner. Yes, I was on cholesterol medicine. My cholesterol was high, elevated. But so come out, getting back to normal life, working out, eating better, not drinking. And then May of 2018, I had a second one. Like opposite side. So contralateral, they called it. So my left side first time, right side the second time. The right side was even worse. I was in my bathroom, was just like kind of blacked out, was hung over the tub, couldn't move, couldn't get up. Made it to the phone, called my girlfriend at the time and texted her and said, stroke. And she's like, thought I was joking, or I don't know. She's like, seriously? And I couldn't respond back. And she's like, oh my God, call 911. I'm like, I can't move.
Yeah.
I barely texted you.
Yeah.
I can't move. So anyway, long story short, so she called, 911, and, she called my ex-wife and said, hey, what's Todd's address or whatever? He's had a stroke, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, got an ambulance came, took me away, spent 2 weeks in Cleveland Clinic for strokes, all kind of tests. I'm in there. They're doing these tests. They still couldn't figure out why. They're doing this test that they're doing they find a mass on my heart. They were going to do open heart surgery. They found a little like polyp or something on my heart. They were going to do open heart surgery. They put me on a heparin drip to see if it helps. 2 days before I was supposed to go in for surgery, they re-scanned me, like an MRI, I think it was called, and it was gone. So, yeah, they said it dissolved it. I'm like, so you guys were going to crack me open.
Yeah, thank God they took that other
no shit
scan there and made sure. Oh, God. Yeah, they open you up and they're like, oh, there's nothing here.
Yeah, nothing here.
Just close them up. Just tell me did it. Just tell me cleaned it all up. Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
We took care of everything.
I like that we're joking.
I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, gotta make light of it.
Right.
You know?
Well, you're here.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I have no side effects. I mean, my words get a little choppy if I try to talk too fast, and I can't remember shit. I write everything. That's why I carry this with me everywhere. I see my phone or this. I write everything down because if I don't write it down, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So like even this podcast, like when I said I picked my kid up from school, I'm like, September 11th. I really have something to do on that day, and I'm like, what the hell? I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, there it is. I'm like, fuck. So I picked him up, and I'm like, hey, we got a podcast tonight. He's like, what? But yeah, so I spent 2 weeks in Cleveland Clinic. They finally got out of there. And they did all kind of tests, still no idea. So they put me on blood thinners probably forever. They said probably forever. So I'm on blood thinners, and I work out and exercise. But I mean, I blew up from when the day before I had my first stroke. I went from 230, 240 to 280. I mean, I was a mess. If my phone was working, I'd show you a picture, you'd be blown away. Like I was like this, my face. I mean, I was a gym guy. My face was like this big. And I was literally drinking every day. Eating Taco Bell every meal. It was a disaster. I was a mess. So
understandable though. I mean, when you're going through all that, I mean,
I basically lost everything. If you say, I mean, I got my house, my kids, my family, my wife, my gym, my job. I was like, it's like fucking woke up one day. I'm like, where the fuck happened?
Well, it's like depression.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, and the depression, stress is the cause of literally everything. Yeah. I mean, that's terrible. Well, I mean, thank God you're okay today. I mean, like that's
like, well, I'm interested though. Like, what turned that? Was it the strokes that like did something that said, all right, well, I really have, well, because you said after the first one you started working out again.
I started getting back, working back, getting back in shape. I'm like I gotta stop. I stopped drinking. I mean, I still drink now a little bit here and there, but not like I used to. But I mean, I was drinking every day.
Yeah.
Right.
But I stopped drinking. Started, going for runs, and I had some gym equipment left over from the gym. Work on it a little bit in my garage. I'm a big CrossFit guy. I do a lot of CrossFit style workout.
Yeah.
So I started doing CrossFit again. Again, light, easy workouts. I was trying to just get back into the groove. Mm-hmm. But again, I was feeling better. I lost, 10, 15 pounds. Nothing spectacular, but my weight was dropping. It was going the right way.
Yeah.
And then May, like I said, the second one hit, and I'm in the hospital for 2 weeks. And I'm like, the thing was, I was in hospital for 2 weeks. My right leg my whole right side went numb. My right leg didn't come back for like 3 days. Like I couldn't feel for like 3 days. I'm like, fuck, this is starting to worry me now a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was a little fucking paranoid.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But so I'm like, I got out. I'm like, I gotta change. I gotta do something. So I got out and just started hitting the gym. Started working out every day. No more junk food. No more. I mean, I still enjoy. Now enjoy a pizza and burger and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong.
In moderation. I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
I don't have a 6-pack by any means. But I just cut back on everything. Started working out every day. So and I just from there I was like, I don't want to do fucking life insurance anymore. I don't want to die, in my 40s doing a fucking job I hate or being miserable. I'm gonna do something I love. I'm passionate about.
That's added stress too. Working a job like that.
Shit, yeah.
I mean that's not healthy.
Oh, it sucks.
I mean, I know there was a guy the company I worked for who had a heart attack at work, and he just felt sick, and then he started driving to the hospital, and he died on the freeway.
Oh, jeez.
Like that's awful.
Was that not that long ago?
It was
a couple years.
Oh, it's been about 8 years now.
Oh, isn't that long?
Yeah.
Any pre-existing conditions before that?
He's an older guy, like he's a bigger guy, like
bigger, like heavy.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I mean, and like we said before, like stress is like the ultimate killer, right? I mean, cancer, everything. It's like, I mean, obviously drinking and terrible and bad food, which we all are guilty of.
Oh, right.
That doesn't help at all.
In moderation, it's okay.
Yeah, in moderation, absolutely.
Well, it's a big carousel because the more stressed you are, the more you're going to overindulge in things like,
For sure. You pick up bad habits.
I know, like, I can even sense, like, when I start feeling like crap, and it's like, all right, what have I really been doing this last week?
Yeah.
Or last 2 weeks? And it's like, well, I've been super fucking stressed. I've been eating out. I've been eating McDonald's, whatever.
And it's so easy to do.
No shit. Like, I haven't done any of my workouts. Like, oh, no shit, I feel like garbage.
Yeah.
Like, and then you kind of pull it back in. But if you don't and you let it go for extended periods of time, it's just
bad things happen. Yeah, absolutely. And then the nice thing too is for you, like that's your profession. Is you're a trainer. You own a gym.
Yep.
That's amazing because you could stay on that routine and
every day
keep it together.
Right.
It's so easy to get off of a routine like that.
Oh,
for example, I'm completely off my routine. Ever since the whole COVID thing happened, I stopped going to the gym, obviously. We've talked about this on here before. I couldn't find weights anywhere. And then, like I said, that's not an excuse. I could still do other exercises, but still, man, I'm like, I can't get weights. I'm not going to work out anymore. Yeah. And then I actually lost a lot of weight.
You did.
I lost all muscle weight is what it was, really.
Gotcha.
And then, I was eating kind of shitty.
There was a couple times we were coming in here. I'm like, dude,
I know.
Like
I'm starting to fill out a little bit more.
Yeah, you look good.
Starting to work out again. But yeah, man, it's so easy to get off of those routines when you have something. But when you're doing that as a profession, and when you have something where you had a health problem, something big that happened to you, that's a life changer right there.
Absolutely.
So
that's like a second. Go ahead.
After the second one, did they have a reason, or was it again?
No
reason.
That is amazing to me that they couldn't figure it out twice.
Just NRS.
And actually, I had 3. I had
another one?
I had a TIA. I was in the hospital. They called that's mini stroke. Because I was talking to my girl, my girlfriend was there, and I was talking to I started slurring my speech like really bad. And I could hear it. I'm like, does my speech sound fucked up to you? And she's like, actually, yeah, it does. They call the nurse in. Nurse and I talked to her, and she's like, yeah. They sent me down for an MRI. I had a small one, so I had 3 total, but two major ones put me in the hospital. 1 TIA, I think they called it. But they still have no fucking idea why. No idea.
That is so crazy that they don't know what caused it.
Yeah, that's
insane.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It really is.
For as advanced as we've become,
and
and knowing
you
all
know
this kind
everything.
Of stuff,
like,
right.
And like you said, that's a Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, you guys are Cleveland Clinics. The best you give me is 75% or 25%. Like, come
They're
on.
like, yeah, we don't know. Good luck.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's some blood thinners.
Well,
That's it. Pretty much it.
Listen, I think I've said this before. Like as men, like I've talked about it with fatherhood, but as men, I feel like, and maybe it's people, I don't know, but I know for sure me, if I know the solution, I can do something about it.
For sure.
For
what
sure.
Sucks is when you don't know what you can do about it.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, there's the general stuff. Be healthier, right? Like
That's a start.
But-
That's the best thing.
but
Yeah,
you have
can
no
do.
idea if that's even
Gonna do anything.
going to do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
And how long
it
ago was the
can't hurt,
how long
or
ago
maybe
was the
it
last
can,
one you
I
had?
don't know.
May of 2018.
Okay.
And I had I can't remember the date, 15th maybe. I think I was in there for 2 weeks. I think I had the third one on the 18th or 19th or 20th or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
But I got out like literally the Friday before Memorial Day.
Okay.
So
That's nuts.
Yeah, man.
That's absolutely insane.
yeah, no shit.
He's like, tell me about it. Yeah. So, oh man.
But that's why I'm so passionate about fitness and why. And especially with like helping dads and because I was in the hospisptal. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna die in here, and my kids are under 10 years old. Oh my god, I have 3 kids under 10.
Yeah. And I think about that a lot too. Like with having kids, just the fear that I have of if something were to happen to me. I just think of how dependent they are. And how not having a father would be. Like, I just think of them asking, where's dad? Or like, I want dad. That kind of stuff. Like, I've thought about it a lot. And which is a terrifying thought. And it's real. It's a realistic thought.
For sure. That keeps me up at night sometimes.
But that is a great motivation to for life-changing things like that, to better yourself and make sure that you're healthy to be there for your kids. Because that's a really scary thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine, like you said, like you think about your kids, like they're all under 10 years old. Like,
Well, they're not now, but
at
right,
that time,
sure.
yeah, it's like, man, so scary. So your kids are, so it's 9,
12, 9, and 12, 9, and 5.
12, 9, and 5. Okay. Let me get that real quick too, please.
Yeah, sure. 12, 9, and 5.
My 2 oldest are boys, Luke and Logan. That's Logan.
Yeah.
And my youngest is a daughter.
London?
London.
Okay. I love it.
And we share a birthday, March 19th.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's cool.
Is that Pisces?
Yeah, Parsi. Yep.
Yeah, me too,
One
man.
day-
March 6th.
One day before.
Yeah, I was gonna
2
say, I
days
wasn't-
before. 21st is the Aries, I believe.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
I just know I'm a Pisces.
That's all I know too.
That's all I know. I don't know anything about
I
it.
know I'm a Virgo.
I know I'm close to an Aries.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the water. I'm a Pisces,
There
right?
you
Is
go.
that what that is? Something about fish or something? Yeah, whatever.
Sounds right.
Yeah, sounds good. So your kids, so they see what you do with the fitness and everything. Do you get them in? Like, do they do working out? Are they into sports or anything like that?
Both my boys play soccer. Actually, all 3 of my kids play soccer. But I think soccer, when you're under 10, is soccer. Or 12, soccer was everybody play soccer. Who didn't play soccer?
I didn't.
Oh, really?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't. My brothers did. I did not.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
think my dad found that like when I was like 4 or 5, like I was really good at
We
baseball.
were heavy
See,
into baseball.
Ian and I both played baseball together when we were like
played,
4 years old.
Almost year round. I mean, not at 4, but like
Yeah, but
it got
that
to
was
the
like
point.
that
yeah.
became our sport right off the bat. And I think my parents realized like, okay, his sport is baseball. Just stick with it. My brothers played baseball, football, and soccer. I only played baseball.
My dad just thought soccer was a communist sport, so he wouldn't let me play. I'm like, Dad,
you know,
all my friends are playing soccer.
Don't care. I just don't want my kids to get into hockey.
Oh, see, I love hockey.
I love it. I like hockey. I love the idea of it. But man, see, this is like the most expensive sport.
It really, unless you don't mind getting up at 3 a.m. for ice time and paying a shit ton of money, it's the greatest sport ever.
I'm sure. I had this love for hockey when I was little. Like all the kids in the neighborhood, we all played roller hockey. Yeah, we played in the street, and man, I loved it. Yeah, I think I loved it. That was like my favorite thing in the world.
Hockey video games were the shit.
Oh yeah. Dude, I remember. Oh, video games.
Yeah, hockey video games.
Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel
with the guy from the Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, Blades of Steel, I think was generic. Wasn't it?
Oh, that's that Blades of Steel. That's old. That's
Nintendo. That's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's a regular Nintendo game.
Me and my buddy used to get in like fist fights on that game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in real life too.
But no, there was a couple. Like Gretzky had a really good game for maybe
Sega?
64 or Sega. Maybe it was Sega.
I was a Sega guy. I didn't have Nintendo 64.
I had Sega too.
You're 64 guy.
Yeah.
Ian's all Nintendo, man.
I was all Nintendo.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Although I had a Dreamcast.
You did have a Dreamcast. You were the only person I know that had a Dreamcast.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Sega came out with like a next gen console before anyone else.
It was ahead of its time.
It was, but it sucked.
It did. It was cool.
About it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that one. But I'll never forget. Like my buddies in the neighborhood, we made our own hockey team because we thought we were awesome. So we made shirts, like homemade shirts with like paint.
Nice.
Had our parents get us like white T-shirts, and we put the flying pucks on it. Well, people at the store actually stopped literally, because like the shirt was like folded over or something. The one lady's like, "What do their shirts say?" She was so terrified. We're like, "It's flying pucks. What's wrong?" Like, didn't think about it. Yeah, so I thought it said the flying pucks.
That's awesome. You should totally get into men's league just so you can call yourself.
Oh my God, yes. Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it does.
I can make the T-shirt though.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know T-shirt guys.
Yeah, we do. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, yeah, we played baseball, but so I was gonna say soccer. So my daughter is 3. She just turned 3 in July, and for the last, I don't know, 3 years, I guess, she's always watched my son do his activities, and she had gymnastics that we got her into pretty early, but other than that, she never really did anything. You know, he plays baseball and he, all that other kind of stuff. So we go to the very first soccer practice. She's all excited. She's got her pink soccer ball, and she's got her.
The picture looked official. She had her foot up on the ball. Like I thought she looked like she was like a pro already. Yeah,
she got her big pink socks that go over the shin guards and everything.
I love the shin guards.
Decked out. There's no reason for her to be decked out, but she is, and she gets in, and I didn't really pay attention to what the course was or whatever, but for 3 years old, it's an hour long.
Damn.
You had to show up 15 minutes early, so an hour and 15 minutes. I'm here to tell you, she does not have an hour and 15 minutes of.
Not many 3-year-olds do.
Yeah, no shit.
After like 20 minutes,
she was done.
Yeah. She's like running back to us. I'm like, get out there and play. Look, everyone's kicking the ball.
I know, man.
Go. And I want a snack. I'm like, get out there.
I mean, I get it though. Like
I'm hoping that like every week she'll make it another
maybe
10
start
minutes,
getting a little bit more.
Another 10 minutes, and then by the end she'll be good. But
by the end,
I mean,
the last one, the last game.
Watching these kids, man, it's so funny. They're just out there. There's no structure. I mean,
what the best thing?
They're 3.
The funny thing about like soccer too, like I went to my niece's game when she was 3, and same thing. The kids there's a few kids that are like super into it, and then the rest just don't give a shit. They're just like rolling around on the ground. They put Mila in the goal. She was the goalie, and these kids are coming down the field. The ball's coming, and everybody's yelling. Like we're all watching her first game. We're like, Mila, the ball's coming, and she's just like walking around looking at the sky. The ball starts rolling towards her, and it goes right past the slow motion ball you've ever seen. Just rolls right past her into the goal, and she just looks at it. She's like,
maybe do.
And the funny thing about that too is like the kids when they're that young, you go from telling them, okay, make sure you share, okay.
Right.
Take the ball, take the ball, take the ball.
Hit him, stop him.
You can't touch the ball with your hands. Okay, now it's out. Yeah. Pick up the ball and throw it in there. But you can't touch the ball with your hands now. It's like, what the hell's going on?
I'm confused. You're
confusing me.
I'm not doing it. Now, we'll take that back. I did play soccer at one point.
Did you?
Junior and senior year.
Everybody did.
Of high school, we played indoor soccer. Except for you. We played indoor soccer at Lost Nation. And I played with Like me, Newbert, and like Markel.
I remember you guys.
Oh my god,
played,
it was so
because I remember
fun.
you guys
Man.
were like, "Hey, you want to play?" And at that point, I was like, "Yeah, it's just too much running."
And we were playing with. It was a lot of fun though, man.
I remember going up there and watching.
Oh,
you guys.
that was so much fun. I never played soccer in my life before that, and we're playing with like all the guys that are like on the Menor varsity team.
Oh, jeez.
And these guys are all phenomenal. There's like 3 of us that have never played soccer a day in our lives, and we had the best time ever.
So
Yeah, they're great.
Circles around you guys.
Oh man. The only thing I could do was just run a full sprint. If I got the ball kicked to me, I was just running full sprint and just kick as hard as I could. I scored a few goals. I'll give it to myself.
Resting for 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, then I'm like,
I'm out.
sub. I'm burning up. But I remember we played this team. A lot of these guys were really serious. We played this like all Croatian team.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
They were just beat. I've never been slide tackled, I guess it's called. They were just very aggressive. I got my ass kicked the entire game. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. It's like hockey out there. And these guys were just like checking me into the boards.
yeah, right.
But man, that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, soccer's, I think that I'll probably get my 3-year-old into it. I think Lost Nation has, I think it's called
like
Little
the little
Kickers.
kickers,
Yeah, they
yeah.
have that like during the wintertime indoor. So I think I'll give it a try. I think it's important for all these kids to just try some type of activity to figure out what they
Some
like.
kind of team sport.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
See what they like. Yeah, my kid. I mean, I know everybody's parents says my kids are really good. My kids are really good at soccer. I mean, they got good speed, good footwork. So they're both really athletic. I never see my daughter play, so I have no idea. But
Right.
Yeah.
I think this is her first year. But yeah, my kids are really. And even the coaches come to me like, you should play on a traveling team. I'm like, fuck no interest. I don't want to fuck. It's stupid expensive, and I don't have time. I don't
That's the thing
drive
with
across the fucking country
sports
to soccer.
now, man, is like all these sports. Like, I mean, we did play on like
played travel
tournament teams,
baseball,
travel
but we were,
baseball.
like-
Not too crazy though. It was all within like
It was on
Ohio.
weekends,
Yeah.
right?
We played during the
Did we
week.
play during the week?
But that was all like local.
Yeah.
The weekends when we played in
would
tournaments.
travel, yeah.
But nowadays I feel like you can't, like in baseball especially. I don't know about other sports. I don't really know too much about it, but like you have to get on these teams, and I witnessed it because I coached high school baseball for a while. Then I coached I was AAU or something like that. Was high school age summer league teams, and these parents spend stupid money. Stupid money.
My girlfriend's kid is 16. His name's Dane. He plays for the Brownlee Lookouts. I don't know if you've heard of them or not. They travel. I mean, even this summer, they played every weekend traveling. I mean, even with COVID, they were in Canton, Akron, here. They're all. I couldn't keep up. And they got practice 3 times a week. I'm like,
it's incredible.
Fuck is going on?
These parents, like, I can't imagine. I mean, we might have to do stuff like that. But I feel like back in the day, you had like the rec league, right? You had like the regular tournament team, which was not too crazy.
Right.
It was, but like now it's like you spend thousands of dollars, and if your kids aren't playing on those teams, they might not even get looked at. You know what I mean? Like it's just a different type of thing. Like,
oh, sure. That's why they do it. Her ex-husband is real big into, like, he pays for all the stuff. So I know it costs a lot of money, even if we're going to travel, he pays for all of it. But I know the biggest thing is he wants to go to college. So that, for this Brownlee Lookout teams, you got to make the team. But then a lot of college scouts come to these games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these games are huge, for as far as scouts. So every time he's best performance. So Karina goes to all the games, God bless her soul. But I mean, she's at all the games. She travels over. I'm like, fucking insanity. She's like, you want to go? I'm like, nope.
I mean, it's just finding the time for it.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. I don't have time.
Well, what's crazy about all these teams too, because you're right, and we've talked about this before. It's just how you almost burn kids out, and if they stick with it, great. I mean, they're gonna learn. They're gonna be that much better for when they do start getting into colleges and stuff like that. But I heard something recently that kind of made me think. It was like, because I was like, I don't remember when we played. There was like 2 teams that you could play if you wanted to do travel ball. Like, and this is Lake County, so it's a big county. There's a lot of kids, and there was either like the Menor Magic or the Lake County.
it was Lake County baseball, yeah.
Lake County baseball, right?
Yeah.
But now there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
And so, but someone said, yeah, because what happens is people, if their kid doesn't make the team, they just say, fuck it, I'm going to start my own team. And like, there's enough people that have done that made all these other leagues.
There are so many different teams out there.
Yeah,
it's insane.
The problem is there's 1,000 teams.
Yeah, it's insane.
And you're like, which one's good? Who's
yeah,
good?
who's
Who
what?
sucks?
Like, it's like, and that's the thing. Like, you could have these teams that, like it's a travel team, right? You're playing these amazing teams, but you get kids that pay, like families that pay their way into it.
Yeah.
And these kids, and no offense to these kids, but like
Terrible.
they
shouldn't be out
they shouldn't be out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So like what we
It's
used to
just
do,
watered down.
exactly, it's completely watered down. And we used to do like for McMinn, for example, we you had your tryouts. There was an A team and a B team
Right.
for the tournament teams, and you had tryouts for it. Like they picked the best of the best to play in those teams, and now it's like whoever pays the most gets on those teams.
Right.
I mean, you can
And
miss
that's
the best player. I mean, that's exactly.
It's super
We didn't have to pay
unfortunate.
anything extra for those teams. You just made it, and
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Brownlee Look has the same.
I don't
way.
think
They-
you did.
They have A and B, but I don't know anything about like you pay more, you get on A.
In fact, I know we didn't because I remember we would have to do the fundraisers just to get those uniforms.
because you would have rec league, and then we played
we'd
in
play
rec league, and then you played on the tournament team
Yeah,
too.
and then we'd have to do the fundraiser to get the cool uniforms
Oh man, our uniforms
Those
are
are
awesome,
sweet.
man. They were pinstripe.
because we were the
Nice,
first
like
team to get
Yankees.
those.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, they were like.
Oh, they
Yankee
were so
uniforms,
awesome,
just
man.
Added some red into them. Yeah, they were sweet.
Oh, they were so awesome, man.
cool.
Those were the days, man. Little League was a lot of fun. I just feel like nowadays it's just a little bit different.
It
It's more
is.
competitive now. It's everybody wants to play in these higher. Everybody thinks their kid is amazing at these sports when they're. I mean, and no offense, most aren't.
No,
Let's
and
keep it realistic.
And I had those talks with parents that would like scream at me, like,
the
"Why
high
is
school
it?"
level?
Oh my gosh, dude! Like they would come up and have meetings with me and be like, "Why isn't my kid playing more?" I'm like, honestly, it's by performance.
Yeah,
You know, these other kids are, and I hate to say it, they're better.
yeah. You can't be. You can't
I mean,
be like
you're-
your kid sucks. I mean, you
Right.
can't be.
I mean, I
like-
do appreciate a kid
Try
putting in the effort.
Effort for sure. Effort's
Absolutely,
huge.
and I will give them the time, but they're not going to start. You know, I mean, that's just how it is.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
And this is JV. This is like freshmen. I feel like you got to get everybody in. But the JV team, I'm like, you're starting to move up, and these kids you start getting weeded out, and then they're gonna start going up to varsity. So I mean, like that's just how it goes. And I'm a really nice guy, and it was tough. It was a tough job to have.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was,
No, I get it.
And it's Menor. I mean, like, it's a huge school.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
I mean,
How long was that? You
how
still-
long ago?
you still at Menor?
That was 2007, 8, and 9. I think I was head JV coach there.
Was that Scott Panchak there at that point?
Uh,
I know Scott
That's the
pretty well.
CrossFit guy, right?
Yeah, he was CrossFit Mentality in Heisley. He was the gym teacher, I believe, at Menor for a while.
he was. I think he was there at the time. But
didn't know
I
him
don't
then.
In the baseball, I don't know if at the time, because like when I was a JV coach, I didn't have an assistant until my last season there.
Okay.
I was like the only coach, which was crazy because I went from playing
Yeah, that's
baseball,
insane.
like because I knew the head coach because I played at Menor, through my senior year. So like I knew the coaches and everything, but like going into coaching though, I'm like, they're like, "You want to coach?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." I'll tell you what, man, getting involved in that was insane.
It's brutal.
I mean, like Menor High too. There's a lot of pressure just being a coach there.
sure.
Sure.
You go through the whole process of all the tryouts and everything, and then they're like, "All right, you have your team. Go out there." I had to call pitches. Every pitch I had to call.
Really?
I'm like, I never even did anything with pitching since I was 12. I never pitched. The last time I pitched in baseball was when I was 12.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Probably younger than that
Yeah, I was actually younger.
because you were always outfield.
Yeah,
You were just
so
the
I was a
fast guy out
pitcher,
there
and
that
I
would
was
run every ball down.
man, those were the days. But yeah, pitching, I loved pitching when I was younger, but I had this problem that once I got wild, because I threw the ball hard, but like when I started throwing wild pitches, I would just aim and I would just throw like little
Yeah.
slow pitches. I couldn't do it.
That's what everyone does.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Ian was a pitcher,
Yeah. For a
and he
little
quit.
while. Yeah.
Play football.
Yeah. Biggest mistake of my life.
It's not a bad transition.
Yeah.
I remember, and again, those are formative years. That was what, like 10th grade,
Yeah.
where rec league baseball's kind of over with, and then at Menor you had to basically, unless you were like a super stud athlete, you basically had to pick: are you playing football? Are you playing baseball? Are you going to wrestle? Are you going to play soccer? You know,
Yeah.
the really good athletes could do multiple sports. But
Gotcha.
I'm here to tell you, I wasn't that guy.
Yeah, same
So
here.
I had to like focus on one thing or the
One or the
other,
other. Gotcha.
and I chose football.
No, football. It's like, man, okay, how am I going to get the most
What
ass?
position you play?
It's going to be football.
A linebacker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I happened to back up one of our good buddies who, was like a Division III, went to the All-Star game. He was
that?
just Tommy.
Oh, Brew. Yeah.
Like,
You
he
play
was- he
behind
was a
him.
stud.
He was
Like,
ridiculous.
He
played
was
a case.
amazing. Hey, he went and played at Case, and I remember seeing pictures of him or a video of him on, I think it was ESPN 2, because he went down to Mexico to play the Division III All-Star game, like all around the country. And he ended up like kind of getting drafted, but not really. Like he was really good.
Yeah, he was unreal. He was crazy back then too.
Oh yeah, he's still kind of crazy.
That's what's
He's
crazy.
tame.
Is like you said he's like was one of probably the best players you saw.
Yeah.
and he didn't make it to the NFL.
Right.
So even these kids with these dreams, and like I said, I try not to be try to shoot kids' dreams down because everybody had them. But
Sure.
it's like the chances you make in pro are slim to none. There's guys way better than you that haven't made it. I'm not saying you're not going to make it.
It's not even like he was the guy that was super talented that just didn't like put the work in. Like that dude was always in the gym. He was always watching film. Like he did everything he could.
And you can't.
Still to make it.
It's a dream, man. I mean, like you could play. I think high school for a lot of people is like that's it. Yeah, that's your stop right there. You're done.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're amazed, like the best person in Ohio.
Well, I'm here to tell you, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean,
no, absolutely.
The thing that athletics does, especially team sports, which is why I really wanted to get my daughter Sloan into something where she could be on a team.
Sure.
Because gymnastics is great and it gets her out doing something, but at this level, at least, it's not team. It's just you go out there and
eventually
around,
you can do.
I think every kid should play some kind of individual sport, like swimming, gymnastics, and some team sports, soccer, football, baseball, whatever.
Because, I mean, those are just life skills that you learn. You learn how to interact with other kids and then learn from the coach and, like, the dynamic there between, like, all right, I'm told to do something, so I do it.
And you're disciplined.
Yeah.
You're doing something, like in high school, for example. I mean, you're so dedicated to a sport. Yeah, there's time to party still.
Sure.
But you're still, it's still keeping you out of trouble. I mean, we all know. We've all played high school sports. And but at the same time, it keeps you out of a lot of trouble. Well, because there's a lot of downtime.
Yeah, there
to figure out like, what can I do today? Like you're bored.
Right.
With some type of organized team sport, you have something to do. You have to be somewhere. You have responsibility.
Practice.
Well, and it gives you that life lesson that you're part of something bigger than yourself, and you do your job. And if everyone does their job, your team can see some success.
Yes.
Can win.
You know,
you can't
sometimes you don't.
You can be,
and that's part of life too. It's like you can do everything right, and sometimes shit happens.
Yep, you lose. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could play for. We'll look at Zineker, for example. He played for Fairport. This guy we had on a couple weeks ago. He played at Fairport, and that's not a very good sports school. But I mean, he ended up going. He got drafted.
Baseball,
yeah.
Oh, really?
And he played in the minor leagues for a little while. Yeah. And so, I mean, like, but he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to get to that level. But yeah, I have to agree with you, though. Yeah, team sports are very important for kids. And that's why I want to get my kids involved in that and try to make it fun without burning them out.
Yeah.
Right.
Not scaring them away from
See, my kids love the games, hate practice.
Yeah.
I'm like, practice is so important. You have to go practice. I'm like, I don't want to practice. I mean, you got a game on Saturday. I want to go to the game. I mean, you got to practice, Luke. You got to practice, Logan.
Yeah, practice isn't always fun, but you got to do it.
They do a lot of running and drills and stuff like that. Like, I don't need that. I'm like, yes, you do. Trust me, you do.
It's important. It all goes. It's all part of the whole big plan there. You got to do it.
Yeah, and that's just something, again, that's another lesson, just consistency. If you want to be good at something, you just keep doing it over and over again. And over again. What do they say, 10,000 times to become proficient at something?
Yep.
And then, like, I don't know, a way bigger number to be like a master or
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at like
a huge number.
999,000 on my drinking.
Right.
We're killing it on that.
We're getting there.
We're pros.
I'm a big golfer. I love golf.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
okay,
love it.
Nice.
Love it.
You play a lot?
As much as I can.
Yeah?
Yeah, we love golf.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we're good at it,
No, we're not.
but we have fun.
I played in an outing yesterday, and it was maybe, we were at Manakiki.
Oh, that's a great course.
Yeah, it was a really great
like that
course.
place,
I forgot. It's not that it's
Tough
a
track,
super. Yeah, that's
Tough track. Tight fairways.
It's tight, and it's a lot of elevation
for
changes,
sure.
which really messed me up because probably been 2 years now where I haven't gotten out like I used to.
Okay.
Kids.
But kids and work and all that other kind of stuff, and I forgot how much elevation messes me up. I'm hitting what I think should be a 160-yard shot, and I'm like, oh, that didn't go
way short.
anywhere near where it was supposed to go.
Yep.
But no, it's fun. I like playing the outings. I like getting out. We like getting out and hitting 9 holes or something.
Yeah,
like that.
when we
really
can.
fun.
We had a couple outings last weekend, or last week. I'm sorry, and it was awesome. It wasn't pretty. We had a few shots.
It's all right. It's all about.
That's the best thing about scrambles, though.
Yeah. That's what keeps you going back to golf.
If you like golf, I don't remember what episode number, but we had Jimmy Hanlon.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so he came on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
And it was really cool. He told us some good stories about his boys and getting them into golf and all that kind of stuff. It's
he's
a pretty
awesome.
good episode. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he really is.
He has the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life.
On that show?
Oh, I'm so like,
It's hilarious.
If I die tomorrow, I'm reincarnated. I want to be him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
I want
he's
to come back as him.
He's
got a
unreal,
life,
man. It's cool too. He's at what is it? Little Mountain.
Little Mountain,
So
yeah.
he lives like
I think he owns
on the course.
Stonewater's
Stonewater's another one, yeah.
Little Mountain, yeah.
Because that's where we have our Pepco outing every year. And he's like, yeah, we saw him at an outing last year. And he's like, hey, check that cart. He's like, I was using that one last night because I drove it back and forth to my house. I'm like, God, he's driving the golf
Tough life.
cart. Yeah. He's driving it from his house on the course.
And he understands that he's got the hottest chicks. He's like, yeah, I'm in 8 million households a week, on my shows, but no one's paying attention to me.
Yeah. No, he knows it.
He's like, I get it, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he's still living the life, man.
Oh,
Gets to go golf and hang out with awesome people.
Yeah, playing all over. Every time I see him, his new course somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Travel somewhere. Like,
Traveling, man.
How do I get that job?
I know, right?
Be amazing at golf, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, we could start our own golf show.
I'm decent. I'm not amazing, but I'm probably in
golf
eight,
is
8 handicap,
I think
maybe a 7.
Oh, wow.
I was a 3 at one point.
Jeez.
Damn, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
But golf is I tell people that like don't enjoy golf. I was like, listen, if you want to learn how to, like enhance your level of patience and just like learning that lesson of just doing something over and over again and being consistent with something, golf's the sport to do that.
Golf's your game.
If you can dedicate the time to it and you can see, because you can improve. I mean, I remember a couple years ago when I was playing 2 or 3 times a week, like I was having a lot of fun.
It's like anything else. The more
was
you do it,
amazing.
The more you play, yeah, absolutely.
And then I went out and bought clubs, and then I stopped playing as much.
That's smart.
That's how it goes, though.
That's how you do it.
Drop a bunch of coin on new irons, and I'm like,
2011, I think it was. I was still married, but I lived in Perry. Madison Country Club. It was our last year before they went. Before they went public and the house, everything burned down. All that shit like that. But I joined for $1,800 for a family. We had it was great. I'd play at 7 a.m. My wife and kids my 2 kids at that point would go up to the pool. I'd meet them. So I played 18, meet them be done at 18, meet them at the pool at noon. I played 62 rounds of golf that summer.
holy
That's amazing.
smokes.
62. If I wasn't playing golf, I was at the range hitting the balls. That's why I got down to 3 handicap.
Okay, that'll do it right there.
can do it, yeah.
Because you're doing it so much.
That's what I said. I was just playing and playing. Next year, I shit the bed. I went back up like a 10 or 11, and now I'm back down to about an 8. So
Okay.
Nice.
What's your favorite course?
around here,
Yeah.
around here.
difficulty wise, or just like favorite in general.
Just favorite, like which place do you like? Which place do you enjoy the most?
I love Madison.
Madison?
I really do. Yeah, it's just like I feel like it's like home.
It's
course.
your home course. Yeah,
It's just so well maintained.
Yeah.
It's just always in great shape. It's challenging, but some holes are easy. It's just a great course. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some great ones. Like Little Mountain is tough as hell. That's
Yeah,
a,
it's
that's
really
a great
tough
track
course.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of country clubs that are really good. I play some with clients, but like Sand Ridge is a great country club course.
Yeah.
It's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, give me a course, I'll play it. Like I live right down the road from Hemlock, about 30 minutes.
Okay, I don't think I've ever
golfed.
golfed in Hemlock.
I know where it's at.
It's a good track. I mean, it's a track. I mean, it's a dog track. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, $30 for 18 holes in a course.
Yeah.
It's golf.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah,
opinion, it's
you're
golf.
golfing.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a place, so like one of my favorite places to go is Paynesville Country Club.
I love that course.
I love that place.
Yep.
So
It's in phenomenal shape right now.
is it? So I
Yeah.
haven't been there this year.
Phenomenal.
And so what I used to do, like before kids, so my wife would work, I think it was Mondays and Tuesday nights. She would work later. So like a Monday night, I'd be like,
We probably played that summer every Monday night.
Yep, every Monday night we would go. And like St. Dennis, Paynesville
9
Country
holes,
Club.
3 beers.
Oh man, then we go get wings.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the- This is
This is a good track too.
this
Yeah.
is before kids, so
Yeah.
it was a lot easier.
I know
right?
what it's like.
So, but there was nights where I would go by myself sometimes. I'd just be like, oh, I'll go out and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
just play the back 9 there. That place is just so amazing.
great.
Yeah, it's Paynesville.
Scenic, yeah.
Oh, it's
Paynesville.
really it's a great track. I mean, the front is pretty wide open. The back's tough.
The back is tough, but I love the back
love
for
that
some
par
reason.
three.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that one par
the
3
elevator
where
one.
you're super elevated. Yeah.
11, I think.
Yeah.
It is.
yeah,
11.
it's 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's tough.
because
Yeah.
10's that when you go around and then you go
Because it's
on
like
the hill.
210 or something like
Yeah,
that. It's a little bit
it's
further than a
long.
normal
Yeah.
par 3.
Yeah. But if you go
it's
right,
deceiving.
right, you're gone.
You're
You're gone. Yeah, you got the
Left,
woods over there.
Go left, you're
Right,
in the
left,
tee box
and
for
you're-
12.
Yeah, you're far left.
Yeah.
But you're digging through the woods if you go
Oh,
left.
yeah.
And I love the woods.
Yeah, we do love the woods. We like St. Dennis a lot.
St. Dennis is one of our
It's
favorite
a
places.
good track. My
real
ex-brother-in-law.
open.
Yeah, my
Can't-
ex-brother-in-law plays there a lot. I played with him a lot. I played that course for the first time earlier this year.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I liked it. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
we
good
went. I
course.
think we went twice this year.
Yeah.
There, we took our kids the one night. Ian and I did, and we didn't get to golf too much. I mean, we did, but
Yeah, we got
those
to play
guys.
it,
I mean, the kids. So they're both 5 and 4 years old.
Okay.
And they're into it for about the first couple holes,
So
and
they
then
probably like ride around a cart more than anything.
that's what they love. They love the cart, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're playing in the sand trap, and they're just having a blast together.
sure.
I've taken my son twice this year, and the second time it was just the 2 of us, so we get to focus a little bit more. But at the same time, it was like 4 holes, and he's like,
Yeah.
Are we done?
But it's cool though. I mean, it's just a little bit every year, and they get exposed to it. And
I think golf is a good game for them to get.
Or I didn't play a course until I was 26 years old.
Oh wow!
Like never again. My dad didn't like golf, so like it was just.
I never got into it. My dad took us a couple times, but like there was a few of our friends that played quite often, like Perry and Raj and Witterman. Those guys all had clubs and everything. I went with them in high school one time, and it was just a complete shit show. And then I didn't play again until my my mid 20s. Yeah. When I started at the company I work for now, I had to go to golf outings every year. So I'm like, I got to buy. I'll never forget my first year there. I'm like, I got a ball. They're like, you're going to be in a golf outing tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So I went to Dick's. I bought a set of golf clubs. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. I got the outfit.
Yep.
I did pretty good. Too. And we picked it up around the same time and just fell in love with it, man. I wish it's something I wish I would have done a lot earlier.
Yeah. I started playing at 15.
Okay.
So, nice.
Damn, man.
There's just something about being, I mean, that's what I used to love about hunting, was just something about being outside. It's kind of a, like golf, you can play with other people, but you don't have to. Yeah. And there's just something about kind of being quiet outside.
I am not a hunter.
No,
I am not. I grew up PA. My brother hunts. My dad hunted. I am not. I fucking hate. I went hunting when I was 12 years old. Went out in the woods with my buddy Tom. I fucking freezing, fell asleep. He came by, snuck by, stole my gun. I woke up freezing cold. My gun's on. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Walked home. He's sitting in the kitchen. My gun's sitting there. And I'm like, motherfucker. He's like, you going back out? I'm like, fuck, no, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm never hunting again.
Yeah. Thanks for messing with me, and now I'm done.
Never hunting again.
There's absolutely nothing like the 15 degrees outside, 25 feet up in the air, little nap that you can take at 4:30 in the morning, waiting for the sun to come up.
Just peace and quiet.
It's like my favorite thing ever, because you're walking to your stand and it's freaking freezing outside.
Yeah, I'll stay in bed.
And you go and so I'm like, also because you're bundled up, so you're making the hike out there and you get all sweaty, and then you get up top and you finally just sit, and then you just like close. I don't know.
You just get comfortable.
When's the first day archery season, so I can like put a note in my phone and be like, Ian's freezing right now.
So I haven't gone in 2 years. Just the kids.
Yeah. That's tough to get the time to go do it.
Because that's the thing, is I was an archer, like a bow hunter, and so without I don't know, it's probably like the first year my kid was born, I still hunted. And then after that, I tried to go and just, if you can't put the work in, you're wasting your time.
It's a lot of time because you have to go up there and scout and everything.
Yeah,
it is.
You gotta do it consistently.
Even hunting is just, you have to go out and put in the work.
That last year, a big buck snuck up on me, and I took a shot, and like I was clearly not in practice. Like,
you hadn't done it.
I was like, dude, I just missed a freaking awesome deer.
You had like a trophy there.
And I know why I missed it. I missed it because I haven't freaking shot my bow all year.
Yeah, you're like, what do I do again?
Like, oh, fuck it, I'll go. It's just like riding a bike. No, it's not.
No, it takes, you gotta, even though you've done it 100 times,
right?
You still have to practice.
But I would like to get back into it. It's just
finding the time for it.
Probably not this year.
Yeah. We have a buddy who's his baby's due in November. He's a big fisherman, big outdoors guy. Like, and I texted him yesterday. I'm like, hey man, you been out fishing at all?
Either.
No fishing?
I don't fish. I have no interest in that.
It's fun, man. But it's another one of those things. It's just peaceful, you know. But I told him, he's like, have you been out fishing? He's like, no, not at all. I'm like, dude, you got to get it in now. Like, baby's coming. You're gonna be
tied down.
You got nothing after that, man. It's time to. I'm like, you need to. Yeah. What do you say? I figure like I'll just go do some trips and this and that. I'm like, no, you won't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No,
you
won't.
I'll just go to my in-laws and they'll watch the kid for a few hours. I'm like, no, dude.
No, they won't.
He's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big change for him.
I'm like, I hate to be a
bearer of bad
news, but shit's gonna change.
Over for a while. Get him in now.
Yep, that's how it goes, man. So it's funny too. So Ian was saying about like hunting and golfing, like just something about being outside and just it's kind of peaceful. Mm-hmm. Like Ian and his father-in-law and I would go golfing a lot, like on Sundays at St. Dennis. And think like I would be having the worst round, and his father-in-law he was always just so even keel, just like whatever, you know. He's kind of like, I just don't give a shit kind of attitude, just real low key. But he would always say like, man, just look at this. Isn't this great? He's like, it's beautiful. He's like, a beautiful night.
He would say stop, and we'd just be like quiet and be like, nothing better.
Yeah.
He's like nothing. He's like nothing better than this right here, guys.
Completely agree with him.
I'm like, you know what? You're right.
And especially
this is what it is.
100%.
Like I love playing morning rounds, but there's something about that dusk round where like no one else. Usually the course is like empty.
dead,
and
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
just be out
Sunday
there.
evening you get out there at
Sunday
6 o'clock.
evening was the
Yeah.
best.
It was
man.
the-
You
it was
just have
perfect.
the course to yourself, and you're looking down. And you're like, it's just great.
Every asshole and their brother is playing on early
Sunday,
morning.
yeah,
Sunday
Sunday,
morning,
yeah.
right.
You go
Yeah, the
Sunday,
evening.
Sunday evening is the way to go, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
it was always no one behind us.
Nope.
It was just
Right,
like
it takes all the pressure off.
yep,
You're just
take your
sitting there
time.
playing.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that was the
Enjoying it, yeah.
best, man. And you could really take it in and just enjoy what you're doing.
Plus, you're on a beautiful. You're on 18 holes golf course. Just looking around, it's gorgeous. Like,
Right.
where
Well,
else
even
you
the
wanna be?
shittiest golf course
Yeah,
is
beautiful.
maintained.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
somebody's there cutting the
Well,
grass.
that's what I mean.
and
Like
making sure it
we're
looks
taking
good
pictures
enough.
at Blackbrook last weekend.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I'm like, this place.
I never played there.
It's a
it's
good course.
It's actually so every year I feel like it gets better. It's so well maintained. The place is beautiful. I love that course.
So I got to play there. I'm playing there this
Blackbrook's a
year.
good course.
I haven't played there this year.
It's-
I just think it
haven't
keeps
played there
getting
ever.
better. I think originally when I was young, probably like high school, Joe Rosa, our buddy, used to say, he's like, "Come on, man, let's go golf. Let's go to the driving range." I'm like, "I'll give the driving range a chance. I'll try it out." I was never really into golf, but back then it wasn't that really nice of a course. It was kind of like a shitty course at that
It
time.
was.
But now it's beautiful.
Well, it's a city course, and so
Yeah.
I just think that the city just never put any money into the. Because does Menor have any other city courses? I don't know. I don't
I don't think
Not
so.
that I
Actually,
can
I'm
think of.
trying to think about
I think
it,
they
but
never
no.
put any money into it, and then all of a
Is
sudden
Lost Nation
something.
is that?
That's
So
Willoughby.
Willoughby.
Okay.
It's
but
because
that
it's
is
like
a
it's on
public
it's on the
border.
border
Yeah,
of
it's right
Menor and
there.
Willoughby. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think that well, because even that isn't that I don't whatever. It doesn't matter. But they did over the last maybe 5 or 6 years. They started putting a little bit of money, and now it's beautiful. And I think they're smart because now they host a ton of outings. They probably make a ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
And it's always packed. Like we drive by there.
I drive by there all the
There's
time.
always
My-
people playing.
My kids go to school at Menor Christian.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, it's right there.
So I gotta
You
drive
should
by.
definitely go there, man. It's a great
Every
course.
time I drive by, I'm like, I gotta play there. Now I'm going to.
Yeah, you should.
nice.
It's a really
Yeah.
nice course.
Actually, I'll be there on Friday.
Yeah, another outing.
Yeah,
This guy's like
another outing.
6th outing. So, it's funny. So originally, tomorrow would be tomorrow. We
Yeah.
were supposed to have the Heart Walk.
Yep.
Canceled.
Yep.
We were supposed to have the downtown Willoughby Bourbon Trail.
Yep.
Canceled.
COVID.
Yep. And then I'm
then
like,
there's
now looking
supposed to
at it, I'm like, we could have played in that
Could've
outing.
played that outing, yeah.
Because there's an
But we
outing we
didn't
go to every
register
year.
for it 'cause
Yeah.
we're like,
because we won't be able to do it. And the big thing was there's a bourbon trail.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be down here tomorrow. And we did it last year. It was
Oh, it's a
amazing, man. It
blast.
was so much fun.
Every bar down here has like two distillery representatives that
nice.
come up and let you sample, and you pay like I don't know $50
Yeah.
or something like
But,
that.
I mean,
for a
it's
ticket.
all worth it,
And
man.
you
Try
just go
everything.
and get to try everything. It's a lot of fun. We made a lot of cool contacts for the podcast.
Oh,
and
for
just
sure.
had a really good time.
It was a blast. and then they canceled
Network's
it.
the best. I'm all about networking.
Yeah, and so this year we had we were gonna have like a table set up where your registration is, and so we were gonna sell some stuff and shirts and hats and shit like that.
We just found out, what was it, last week?
for the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah,
We found out 2 weeks ago that it was canceled.
After you bought all the shit, have all the stuff ready
Yeah,
to
we
go.
had everything ready.
Nice.
We've been talking about it. We were so pumped, man. It was like our
Promoting
big thing,
it,
promoting
yeah.
it. We were just talking about it constantly, and we're like, oh, they're not having it. And last weekend they had the tequila
know.
thing.
Oh, they had that
Yeah, so I drove through here last weekend, and there's
Yep.
people just walking around.
Yep.
Every bar had the tequila thing going on. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
yeah. See, the tequila one though, or from what they told me, they don't have like representatives come in. So like the bourbon one is a little bit more involved.
it's bigger.
There's more travel involved and everything else.
I think
whatever.
the whole COVID. I mean, my opinion is COVID. The whole COVID thing is bullshit. I mean, I believe COVID's like
It's a real thing.
People have died from it. I mean, if you're if a family member died from it, I get it. But other than that, like shut everything. My gym was closed for 2 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Closed the gym
I
for 2
hear
months.
you.
I opened a week early. I'm like, fuck. I went to Walmart and I'm like, I could fucking touch 17 people. I'm like, why the fuck am I got 40 members in my gym. Why the fuck am I closed? I'm like, fuck this. I'm opening. I messaged my email on Facebook. I messaged I have a Facebook page for members only. I messaged like, we're open on Monday. I said, after no, we're not. I did it before they even announced we could open. I said, we're open on Monday. I'm sick of this shit. No Facebook posts, no nothing. Don't tell anybody. Just keep it under the radar. So if you want to come back, come back. If you don't, completely understand.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my god, thank God, I need the gym so bad. I'm
Because
going nuts.
everybody needs that.
Oh, for sure, it's mental.
You need something to do.
For sure.
Exercising, getting into a class, you know what I mean? Like something at a gym, that's very important to people. That's a way to to alleviate stress. And
Strokes.
to get away, exactly, and just to take care of yourself.
For sure.
I know a lot of guys. So I worked at Bally for years, and a lot of people. So I was going to what's that place
Is
called?
Bally a company anymore?
No, they're gone.
They're completely.
Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Planet Fitness.
So yeah, it's basically what it is. So yeah.
No, that's. I mean,
So
that's,
Planet Fitness is the other place I was going to, but it's funny though because I would go at like
you still
5:30 in the morning. I am, so I'm paying like $10 a month.
I know you're still a member. Everybody is.
That's
Everybody
their
is.
whole model.
Because the best thing about that, it's genius. You're paying when you have $10 a month coming out. Nobody cares about
Nobody gives a
$10.
shit. Yeah.
That's genius.
You
know how many members they have?
My ex-sister-in-law goes to the one in Mentor. I think I have like 17 or 1900 members. But I'm like, Tracy, ever been there? She's like, I went once. It's been 2 fucking years.
And it's like $10, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember my wife had a membership for the longest time, and she's never went. She works out at home. She's like, I have to cancel. She would say it all the time. I need to cancel the membership. I need to cancel the membership. We just never did because $10.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
always
Two
said-
things.
I
So it's
always
more of a
said
pain in the ass to cancel.
Yeah, because you might actually go. Like,
Yeah, I might.
$10, I might go.
That's
I
why
haven't been there
always
since
said
March.
Each Planet Fitness, like
$60.
singular place, all the members should get together one time, one day, like pick one day, and everyone just goes at the same time just to see what would happen.
Oh,
That place
I
would
think
be
it'd
it'd be
hilarious.
insane.
You get like
They wouldn't know what to
1,500 people. Like,
They
what
wouldn't
do
know
we
what to
do?
That's what I
do we
said.
do?
That's what I always said too. I'm like my thing was the biggest, like I don't know, my stretch of working out and being in my best shape was February to July, because February I would never go every year.
Oh.
I would start in February. Is when I was like, okay, I have to get back in shape because it's after the holidays, done being lazy. But I'm not going in January
Right.
because I know what January looks
Insane.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. More
Every
than
single
anybody,
person is like, this is it. This is the year. I'm getting into it. You give it a month, maybe a couple weeks, and that place is back to the regulars.
for sure.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like those people that I remember from Bally, the same group of people all went to Planet Fitness, and they were there every single day at 6 o'clock. That was their thing. That was their routine. And then all of a sudden, you shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shut it down, and now these people have nowhere to go.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, these are older people. Like that was their thing. Like that was what was keeping them going. And it's like, boom, done.
Yeah. It's. I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole of
We could.
COVID and the economy and everything else, but I own childcare centers. That's
Okay.
what I do. So like we got shut down just like everyone else.
Yeah,
for
you
a
did.
couple weeks, and you know, we're still getting crushed. Like it's so incredibly frustrating. And you know, I know some people that have had it and recovered. You know,
Sure.
And it's kind of that, like, my thing is, if the punishment is more harmful than the crime, maybe rethink what the punishment is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just, you know, I got a lot of friends that have bars down here and everything, and they're getting crushed and having to close at 10 o'clock.
Dude,
At some point, I think that personal responsibility needs to take precedent over anything else. You know, if you're susceptible or you have pre-existing conditions, don't go out.
Yeah.
That becomes
It's not anyone else's
it becomes a personal
responsibility.
thing. It's your own responsibility at that point. Be smart, be safe, right? Don't go do stupid shit. Don't go to a bar. Don't go dancing with people. Don't go and
And that's not to
keep
say you
clean.
can't get it if you're being smart, but you know, those are you're limiting your risk as much as you can, but don't make everyone.
No, it shouldn't be everybody because I mean
Don't
at the
shut
same
down the economy because you don't want everybody going out and doing stuff.
there's a small business that's by where I work. They have like they rent a space out, and this guy owns. It's a company that does like it's like he does like carnival food. Okay. So every summer I see him come in, and he's got his crew, and they go to carnivals and everything. And that place I saw this week getting cleaned out. Guy's gone.
Really,
Business is shut down. His business is gone.
sucks.
And it's actually a guy that used to come to Bally. I know the guy.
Yeah,
And that was like he was doing great. Like that was his thing.
How many years have you been doing it? You know.
Forever. His spot there in that space has been there since. I mean, I've been with this company even before I got to this company. I see him every summer. They're loaded. They're packing up their truck, you know, for like they're doing like the carnival food, like they have the fries and the corn dogs and all that stuff. Shut down. He's done.
There's nothing going on. So
He's done. He's done. His summer business because that's the season is the summer.
Yeah.
And now it's like he's done. And now I saw them cleaning out the space today, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks, dude. That is terrible. And that's one place.
Yeah. That's just one.
Think up across the country.
Oh, for sure.
California is still not even open at all.
Yeah, and they're burning to the ground.
Yeah, right.
California's a disaster. People are just, it's like Exodus there.
2020 is a disaster.
It is, man.
It really is. It's a
Ian and
train
I
wreck.
talked about this earlier. The Browns, 2020 might be their season.
You know, the thing is, they'll probably win the Super Bowl. They go to the Super Bowl this year because nobody can go.
Everybody else gets sick, and the Browns is like.
So he said he's from PA.
Yeah, I'm a Pittsburgh. I'm a Steelers fan. Okay. Steelers all day.
So
baby.
where did you live in Pennsylvania?
I went to West Deer. I went to Deer Lakes, which is about 15 minutes south of Butler.
Okay, I know where Butler is.
Okay.
I ship stuff out there.
Nobody knows where Pittsburgh or West Deer is. So
okay,
I just always say I'm from Butler.
I only know a few places in Pennsylvania.
What do you know?
Well, so I had a family in. Now I'm gonna forget. It's right outside of Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say Monroe.
Yeah, Monroeville. Yep.
Okay, so then Tidiute, PA.
Oh yeah, Tidiute.
We have a few friends that have property out there in Tidiute.
Yeah,
it's like around Titusville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big hunting cabins probably out there.
Oh yeah, they have cabins out there, man. That's a fun place to go.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Allegheny.
Yep.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I don't know too much about Pennsylvania, but Pittsburgh fan though.
Born and raised, baby.
I'll give it to you. You live there. You're not like a.
I moved up here in 2001, and actually the funny thing is, I was the girl, my ex-wife. Came up here with my buddies. I went to his camp in Tionesta just to party. Went on a Friday night, partied at Quaker Steak and Lube out there. I can't remember whatever it's called. I can't remember. But anyway, party there. Went back to his cabin. Hung over the next day. I'm like, what do you want to go do? Somebody's like, let's go to Flats. I'm like, where's that? Like Cleveland Flats. I'm like, I've never been there. Let's go. Came up to the Flats. Had a fucking blast.
Good time.
Met my wife. Met my future wife. So I met her that night. We were at the basement. Partying in the
basement.
basement.
In the basement.
Oh, it was awesome. We went. I partied a whole. So that was June 16th of 2001. No, yeah, 2001. Partied our asses off all summer. I came up there. She came down there. Back and forth. And in September 11th, this whole shit happened. Mm-hmm. And then she was supposed to go to California a couple days later, and obviously all flights got canceled. But I remember I was doing concrete work, and the 9/11 happened. I texted her, and I was like, oh my god, I was so paranoid, and I said, fuck it, I'm moving up there. And I moved up there. And that was it.
Yeah.
I moved up November 1st, I think, and that was it. The rest was history. We got married. I met June 16th. We got married in March of 2002.
Wow.
So,
jeez.
And now you're an Ohioan.
Yep. Now I'm a
Pittsburgh fan in Ohio.
It's true though. At least he's from there. Like what I
I'll give it
can't
to you.
stand is the people that are here.
That's funny.
That are like, oh, I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm like, no, dude, I remember you used to run around in Bernie Kosar jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give me your
one
bullshit.
Of my gym members, Brandon, is a born and raised in Austinburg or Jefferson, somewhere in that area, but born and raised there. But he's a huge Steelers fan, and people give him shit all the time. Like, because we were talking one day, one of my members yelling like, I'm a Steelers fan. I was like, dabbing. And they're like, oh, you're a Steelers fan. I'm like, I'm born and raised. They're like, okay, you're okay. And Brandon was like, I'm a Steelers fan too. He's like, where are you from?
Fuck
I'm
you.
Like, I'm in Jasper. Like, you
No.
don't count.
So that's what I always loved. Like I remember being at like Indians games when they play the Yankees, and the amount of Yankees fans from here, it's embarrassing. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's about front running. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you want to just wear the jersey and the notoriety.
Yeah, it's like, it's the Yankees. It's like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yankees.
You're from Cleveland. Just come on. But
I love the Indians. I didn't have basketball in PA, so I love the Cavs. I had hockey.
You had hockey, yeah, man. Shoot.
Hate the fucking team. Browns. I mean, the thing is, I had a gym in downtown Cleveland for 12 years, so I was enthralled in downtown Cleveland in every aspect of it. So when the Browns won, I loved it because when the Browns won, the city did amazing. It was like everyone was out. When the Browns lost, which was most of the time.
Wait, how long did you have a gym for? What do you mean when the Browns won?
They won a couple. In my 12 years, they won a handful.
They won a handful of games. Yeah,
seasons.
Yeah, they're talking about over a 10-year span. There was a few wins. Yeah.
I fucking love the Browns, but goddamn.
And one of them, they beat the Steelers once, fuckers. But
yeah.
But yeah, I love when the Browns won because the city did great. Everybody was down. I used to go to a lot of games. Everybody would be out and about. When the Browns lost, everybody went home. Fucking bars were empty.
That Steelers game we won that was a Thursday night game.
We had a live
I was
event.
there.
Oh, okay, yeah. That you're talking about a while ago.
This was
fucking freezing.
It was freezing.
I was supposed to go to that game. I gave my tickets up because I'm like, it's too fucking cold. It was fucking freezing.
Dude, me and my buddy Arco got tickets.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you want to go? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we get downtown. It was a Thursday night game. It was like one of the first seasons, or maybe second or third season, they had Thursday night games.
Yeah.
And so we get to the Muni lot and we park, and it's not like normal tailgating. Normal tailgating, we're there at 4 a.m. and you have the whole setup and everything. We just kind of drove and had a case of beer or whatever. And we get outside with our solo cup and start pouring beer, and I shit you not, the beer is frozen by the time you fill up the cup.
Yeah.
Like, it was cold.
It was fucking below zero, from what I remember.
Yeah,
I gave my tickets away. I'm like, I was the bar. I was at Lincoln Tap House, right across from the gym, right across from Morton. You know where Morton's is on.
Yeah.
Bar right across the street. I used to do all my business, a lot of business there, so I knew the owners really well. But I go over there and drink, and I'm in fucking the gym. Like somebody gave me tickets, and I was like, anyone want to go to the game?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
People were like, really? I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, I walked over here. I'm fucking freezing. Here you go. They're like, for real? I'm like, here you go. How much you want for? I'm like, nothing. Go.
Yeah.
But go buy a blanket.
Right.
I mean, we were supposed to go to a game one time. It was the snow game.
Yeah, it was the Bills game.
Yeah, remember that? And we ended up watching it at your house.
At my parents' house.
That's when Phil Dawson was like just kicking field goals like a madman. It was windy. You couldn't even see the
was
field.
like a blizzard.
On camera, you couldn't even see the field. It was just the worst conditions ever. We're like, we're not going.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Okay,
No
for
chance.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm all about like, I could deal with the cold for a little while, but man, shit, I think Indians home openers, a lot of those were worse than Browns games.
Right, for sure. Those are fun though.
I enjoyed those. I went every year.
We went oh man, it was the best.
Every year.
Missed it this year.
Yeah,
It was
obviously.
75 degrees and beautiful.
And I got fucked up at those games.
Man.
That's me.
Oh, that was definitely what we were doing.
That's all I did.
We would get into the game. Like by the time game started, it's like, oh, whatever.
We usually hit Flannery's, and then we, kind of go to like
just jump around, go to the Clevelander, go to Panini's, and then it's like
that's it.
And then you're like, let's go to the game, and it's like, oh.
I get there.
Go
then
and
I'm
sit
like,
for like one inning, have a beer.
Yeah.
Pay $9 for a beer.
Right. Yeah.
I remember the one time we went. The one year we were there. Oh, she's hammered. Is that her mom?
I hope not.
It looked like it was. We went the one year and like it was beautiful. We had amazing seats. We're like center field, front row over there.
Was that when the apocalypse happened?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see this like just cloud from hell coming.
Yeah.
They postpone the game. Storm comes through. They postpone the game, and then game starts back up. It's like 30 degrees cooler now.
Yeah.
It's like it's just freezing.
That
Like
was awesome.
okay, Chelsea had to come pick us up at the casino.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But man, we a lot of good stories from the home openers.
It's a
man.
lot of fun.
It was a blast.
There's just something about opening day, right? Like,
It's the best.
that's what I'm missing.
It's just,
You're hopeful.
I love people. I just love people. I mean,
Yeah.
Sporting event, non-sporting event, like downtown Cleveland, when everybody's out and about, just having a good time, ready to drink and party. It's like it's heaven. It's awesome.
great.
It's awesome.
We were down there. No, you weren't there. You were at your house, I think, for when the Cavs won the championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last minute, my wife's like,
Perry
"You
came
want to
over.
go downtown?" I'm like, "Yeah, but if we lose, I don't want to be there." She's like, "But if we win, you're gonna regret not being down there." I'm like, "All right, fine."
Let's go.
So we went to the Punch Bowl, and I mean, you want to talk about just the best atmosphere ever.
Oh, for sure.
When they won, I mean, I'm talking like it didn't matter
it
who
was
you
berserk.
were. People were giving you hugs, high five, and everybody's
Yeah.
your best friend. It was just like Cleveland handled it great. I mean, there was a little craziness that went on, but there was
sure.
like not a lot of like fires and things like that.
No
It was
cars
it was
flipped
just
over and
yeah.
stuff.
There was a couple things, but other than that, man, it was awesome. It was, you want to talk about the best feeling ever. Being there for the championship was the coolest thing I've ever experienced. I have a video from it's like the last 10 seconds of the game. I started recording on my phone, and I mean you can't see what's going on, but just the reaction of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still gives me goosebumps right now. Like
Yeah,
it's could have had the same thing with the World Series.
Yeah.
The Indians.
A couple different times. But
won't
especially
get into
this
that.
last time.
The last time was terrible, man. Up 3-1.
Was that Red Sox?
This
No,
one was
no.
Cubs.
Oh, the Cubs.
2008 was Red Sox. And
Oh, yeah.
the ALCS.
Yeah, we're up 3-0. We're up 3-1 on them. We're gonna go play the
Dude,
Rockies.
I lived in Vegas, and the guy that I was working with on this project, he was from Denver, and I was from Cleveland, but we were both in Vegas working on this project with the hospital out there. And he was like, and the Rockies were already in,
Oh yeah, we're just waiting.
and we were up 3-1, and we're like, he's like, all right, I'm buying tickets. Like, we'll go to Denver and we'll go together, and you can, wear your Indian stuff. I'm like, all right, sweet, let's do it. So we bought tickets, and lost.
and everyone was just so much more painful.
What happened?
We were
You
dominating.
showed
too.
up.
We were crushing them.
No,
First,
I didn't. No, I
the
was like,
fir-
you can take whoever you want. I'm not going.
Those first 4 games, I'm like, dude, we got this, man. We're going to the World Series. Yeah. And we're gonna win. We're playing the Rockies.
Yeah,
Oh,
would have dominated.
sad times.
Yeah, the Cubs game. I had tickets to game 2 and 6, I believe. I think that's when we were home. I can't remember, but I gave them away. I went to one and gave the other ones away.
Yeah,
Should have sold them for like, what were they going for? Like like a couple thousand bucks.
Well, I know. That's always like, the Cubbies haven't been to World Series in like a zillion years. They never won a World Series. You could probably sell them for $1 million. I'm like, and that's my thing. If somebody gave me, I have a lot of connections, so if somebody gave them to me, I can't really.
You don't feel right about it.
I felt shitty sell. I'm like, I would give them to a friend.
That was the tough thing about it too. Is like there were more Cubs fans there because people were like, I could sell these tickets for a couple $1,000.
Sure. Yeah, so all
Cubs fans. Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, and like the fan of me wants to be like, that's such a dick move. Why would you do that?
So then you're like, oh, I got a couple grand in my pocket.
And then like the dad in me is like, dude, if I can make a couple grand,
fuck yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah. I had tickets to Game 6 when the Cavs played who they lose to? With Steph Curry.
The Warriors.
I had tickets to Game 6, and I gave them one of my employees when I have a gym downtown. So, because I was like, Steve Kerr came into the gym, worked out, and he gave me tickets. Yeah, so he gave me one ticket. And I'm like, Game 6. But I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't fucking care. And again, not to brag, but I went so many games prior to this. I'm like, I'm so fucking just done.
Yeah.
I'm like, and again, Cavs. I'm like, I like the Cavs, but I didn't grow up watching them. I don't give a shit.
You're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so I don't really care. But so I was like, I gave them my one of my employees, Jolie. I'm like, here you go, you can go. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, go. I don't care.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah. I do my moments. I'll be nice.
So a couple things that we like to do. The first one is my favorite segment is Proud Dad Moment. Okay. So Proud Dad Moment really is something that you're proud of your kids for, or you're proud of yourself for, of something to really make you think about, like, kind of reflection, right? Like, I think it's really important that, number one, that dads talk to each other about shit that's going on and you know, with their kids, or, you know, whether it's a problem that you're trying to solve or it's just something that is unique, it's different, right? Like most of us, you know, you do it for the first time at least once, and then after that, like you learn more and things like that. But it's nice to be able to have other guys to lean on and figure shit out, right? So a Proud Dad Moment really kind of forces you to look back on something and say, you know what, that was really awesome, and I want to celebrate that, because then that makes, I know, us think about that. It was like, oh shit, like that was kind of cool too. Like what, I had a similar experience or whatever, you know? So, whenever I talk about Proud Dad Moments, I try and drag it out as long as I can to give you time to think. I'm at my limit now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, so I'm like, okay.
It gives you a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm thinking, so take your time.
Yeah, keep explaining it. I need a little more explanation.
I need to like start scripting that part so that I know what I'm
I
talking about.
think you got it down, man. I don't even try. I'm like, this
but
guy.
No, it is one of my favorite segments though, just because it's never what you think the guest is going to say, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone always is going to start out with, well, this is probably really common, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like everyone comes
it's
up
always
with
unique.
something different, and it can be as simple as, you know, my kid tied his shoes and I was really proud of him because he worked on that. Or it could be like, you know what, the other day, like, all right, I'll give you an example. The other day, I picked up my kid from school. You know, he's only been in school for 2 weeks now. This is his second week. And they were like, yeah, you had a rough day and everything. And I was pretty proud of myself that I didn't blow the fuck up. Like, because he was doing some shit that he knows he's not allowed to do, and he was kind of being disrespectful. And I was very proud of myself that I held it together and like talked to him about it.
Yeah.
And I think that worked too, by the way. Like I'm looking back on it, like he was very receptive to the way that I handled it versus what I wanted to do was
that's a tough situation because you want to just go ahead and just let him have it.
Yeah, for sure.
But to be understanding of it is, I think, more important. As hard as that is, right. We've all been there.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see what works.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, it's, you know, it's 6 of this, half dozen of the other. What do you do?
Right. Yeah.
Either one could be correct.
Right. And it's hard for me. I have to remind myself, and usually my wife does a good job of reminding me that he's 5. Yeah. You know, and that's young.
Right.
Sure.
But it is. But you expect a lot of him.
But I do expect a lot of him. I mean, me and my wife, like, went back and forth about him starting kindergarten this year. You know, some kids wait till they're 6 now. Like, that's kind of pretty common.
He's at a time where he's like fresh 5. Like his birthday's in June.
Yeah.
So it's like he's on that cutoff of like, okay, do we send him to preschool or to kindergarten?
Right.
Like that's because you were early. You were one of those guys.
I was 4 when I started kindergarten.
Yeah, you were. September birthday.
Badass.
So
yeah. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Pimpin' easy.
Did
Yeah,
great.
that's right.
Did great. I had the whole military thing as an option to go to.
There you go.
I was going to college, so it did work out.
It
but,
did.
like,
It did work out. So
but
yeah,
no, like I do expect a lot out of him because I kind of want to be right because I said he's more than ready. He needs to go, and so we sent him. But it's like simple stuff. Like I'm okay if he struggles with the academics or whatever, but if you're going to be disrespectful, I got a problem with that.
For sure.
oh, absolutely.
And
Because he knows better, and I try and give him a little bit of leeway, and that's only what stopped me from really reaming
Was
him
he
out.
disrespectful to you?
No, to other kids.
Okay.
And that's a tough thing though. It's because these kids,
I don't know.
your kids are good, right? And then you send them off to school, and then they start getting influenced by other kids.
Oh, for sure.
And then at that
And that's
age
what it
too,
is.
and that's the thing.
Second
At that age, it's like this is fun.
Yeah.
I want to start acting like these
kids
dudes.
have been by
You know?
themselves, or like Gibbs has only been with his sister for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he gets into school, and his buddies.
guy's
that
cool.
He
I'm
plays-
a
Yeah, I want to do what he's doing.
and they're all doing it, And so I try to remind myself of that.
It's true because I mean, think about what you were doing. You know what I mean?
The worst.
I remember in kindergarten getting sent to the principal's office, and because I was getting into trouble with some other kid because I was following what he was doing, and whatever, man. But I had two older brothers, and
that story.
I don't remember what we were doing. We were doing something bad, and we got sent to the
You
principal.
were probably lighting something on fire.
Bit of a
Guys
pyro,
in pyro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
safe pyro. I wouldn't say safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
No, it's
He's got
not.
all his
it's-
fingers, so,
Yeah, should I be
I mean,
worried?
I'm here. I'm good.
Should be in the same
You see those videos of people like pouring gas into a fire and catching themselves on fire? I've never done that. I am a pro. Okay, I'm a pro.
Yet.
we got pretty lucky.
I've had a lot of luck.
We've only had the fire department called on us a couple times.
Yeah, we were fine.
Alrighty.
So back to the proud dad moment. We won't get into that. Yeah, enough about us. Yeah.
Let me see. Proud dad. Actually, a proud dad moment was tonight. Honestly, I mean, it wasn't really. I didn't specifically do anything, but so I had picked my kid up today from school, which I was happy he wanted. My ex-wife texted me and she wanted to pick him up on Wednesday, and I then I was like, oh, absolutely. She's like, Wednesday doesn't work. He has this. I'm like, okay. How about Thursday? Thursday's perfect. 'Cause I'll never say no. I'll never say no. I'll pick him
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
If I
Get that opportunity.
have the opportunity, I'm picking him up.
Right.
So Thursday's great. Well, she's like, well, Thursday didn't work. Logan has practice. I'm like, okay. So how about Friday? He can stay over and then you can bring him back Saturday morning. I'm like, awesome. So I pick him up today. Pick him up from school. We get back and we're back at the gym and I have the class. I'm like, we got to go back. I pick him up at 3:15 at Menor Christian. I get it back to Rome because I have a class at 4:30 to teach a class. And we're doing a 9/11 WOD, so it's a tribute WOD. So he's like, I want to work out. I'm like, awesome, you can work out. So the workout was pretty grueling. He did the whole workout. So then, everybody's hanging out with stretching and stuff like that. And then the next class comes in. So he goes, my girlfriend's going to pick her kid up from Grand Valley. She's like, can I go with Miss Karina? I'm like, absolutely. So they come back. He's out of the car and he's got a note for me. So it might be in my pocket, but I don't think it is. But I actually hung it on my fridge. But it was a note like, Daddy, I love you, a big heart, and just in pencil. He just wrote it in the back of the car. I'm so happy I was able to see you today. I want to see you more. I really like when I come to your house and I stay over, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it just...
That's the kind of thing that will just melt your heart right there, man.
That was awesome.
That's the best.
It really
I love
was.
that.
I was like, I'm like getting like teary.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Dude,
So
I love that.
There's
that's what it's
something
all
about when kids express themselves in whatever form that they can, whether it's my daughter, sometimes she'll look at me and she'll just unprovoked, I love you. You know what I mean? Like,
there's something about that, man.
Or it's my son, like we'll be playing like video games or something like that, and he'll be like, Dad, thanks for playing with me. You're the best. I'm like,
it's awesome.
It's just
Yeah,
awesome.
the unprovoked.
Like,
I love you, like or the
Yeah.
appreciation of what you're doing for him. That's awesome,
that's
man.
awesome, dude.
That's a great proud
I'm
dad
happy
moment
for you. That's an awesome proud dad.
That's very good. Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
I always like to say too that remember these proud dad moments are also a testament to you. It's not just like your kid doing something out of the blue. Like they're learning what they can from their influences, right? And so like if you're showing them how to work out, or you're showing them how to do whatever, they're enjoying something about that experience, and then they're also learning how to express themselves. So I mean, good on you too. So
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
that's awesome.
All right, so one more segment.
Okay.
All right, so this one is what we call a dad hack.
Okay.
So examples would be like something we do, like Ian's is like misdirection, like something that works for you as a dad with your kids. Like,
and it could have been like when the kids were little, or it could be now that they're like maybe your 12-year-old, like you know something that works.
Yeah, like a small example for like one that I just figured out recently was Sam's first day of school. So he started junior kindergarten, and you tell your kids to say cheese all the time in a picture, right? You're always like, say cheese, and you kind of get like the half-ass, whatever, the crazy face. So you know what I started doing? I started talking like he talks. I'm like, oh, poopy, like, you know, like, oh, look, I poop on this. You know, I started saying stupid shit. And he starts reacting to that, and then he's got this huge smile on his face. He's like, "Oh my God, Dad's saying what I usually say."
Awesome.
And next thing you know, I'm getting great pictures of him.
Yeah. That's
so
good hack.
that's what the most recent dad hack I have. But I don't know if you have something like that's worked for you with your 3 kids.
You guys anything else to talk about? Give me a couple seconds for that one.
Well, while you're waiting, I know I'm trying to think of how to draw this one out.
Yeah.
Ian, go ahead and explain yours.
Drag this out.
The ultimate dad hack.
Go for it.
And we actually, I don't know that we've ever said it publicly, but we acknowledge that the very ultimate dad hack is to start a podcast about being a dad, and then every week you get to hang out with your buddy and have a drink.
I talked to a random person about that today because Liz's uncle was like,
Awesome. That's heaven.
Somebody's
it was
like,
never supposed to be
no,
that, but it turned into
that. So today, Liz's uncle was introducing me to somebody at that wake I went to. It's like, oh yeah, Steve has this podcast that he does with his, one of his best friends, and they drink bourbon, they hang out, and he's like, it's genius. I'm like, yeah, because you know what? Every week we get to go sit down and just have a conversation and drink bourbon and just hang out and just bullshit with a different.
We're joking about it because it's, it is awesome.
It is awesome.
But the reality is like this show really does make me a better dad.
Do you guys have guests every week?
Every week. Next week we have 2.
For a year and a half, we've done it. I mean, we've maybe skipped 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, if something's going on, we have weddings or something like that.
And then we'll double book like for the next week or whatever. Gotcha. We try and be as consistent as we can. And again, like from a marketing standpoint or a consistency standpoint for the podcast, it's pretty important. But the reality is that we get so much out of this. Like this resets me every single week. Like especially, it's really nice. I like doing them on Friday nights because the weekend.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, the weekend. Like I know that I'm going to be a better dad because
it reminds you.
It's in my head now.
Yeah,
like
sure.
It's a big picture. You get reset, like you said.
Yeah,
and it's just like, okay, yeah, these things aren't really a big deal.
I'm thinking about my proud dad.
Yeah, you think about like
learning something new about.
You think about the small things
and,
that are important, and we get to talk about it without sitting around playing.
Like
on our
I'll
phones.
wake up tomorrow morning and I'll take my kids right over to the park, like in our apartment complex, and like we're gonna go play, and like I'm gonna take my daughter to gymnastics tomorrow, and like I'm gonna be so much better than if I would have just
and like,
worked all throughout the week, and then
no, I have to go to this. I have to go to this practice.
Like,
I have to go do
I'm
this.
excited about going.
Yeah, tomorrow you're a super dad.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the nice thing about this. Like he said, it resets you.
It really does.
Sure. How'd you guys start this?
Okay.
Well,
how long?
5 years ago? About 4 years? No, 4 years ago, maybe. No, it was less than that. Or
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Jesus Christ. We had this idea.
So we had the idea.
Okay.
So
4, 5, 2.
Yeah, whatever.
2 years. 2 years ago.
So our wives are really good friends also, and Liz, I think Bennett just came home from the hospital, right?
It was around there, yeah.
It was around there.
Yeah.
And so
because he was really little.
Yeah.
Who's Ben?
That's my
his
son.
second son.
Yeah.
And so we were like, hey, you guys need to go out, have a good time. You guys haven't been out in a while. Like, they brought the kids over to our house, and like, so me and Steve had 4 kids under 3 that we were watching for the night, whatever. And like, we kind of, we were all right.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be fun.
And
couple glasses, be good.
Yeah, we're good to go.
And we totally were, but like, so we're hanging out, and we had no idea what was going on. And they get home at like, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, something
kids
like
are all
that.
passed
They're
out, obviously.
they're passed out. And the girls, they were just like, they had clearly been partying. We're like, what did you guys even do? Like, that's awesome, And they're like, oh, we went to Cat and Nat. What the fuck is Cat and Nat?
Yeah, what tells that?
Come to find out, Cat and Nat are these 2 Canadian broads that drink wine and talk about being moms. And we're like, and they sold out Playhouse Square. And
they all drink wine. They have like male strippers there. They're just drinking wine the whole time and just talking about being moms. It's a mom show.
So we're like looking into this, and they have a podcast and stuff. And we're like, well, I got to find the dad version. I want to go to that,
Yeah,
you
no
know?
shit.
And there just
wasn't anything, yeah.
There is now.
So I'm like, wait a minute. And so we started doing shit in my basement. We're like, all right, we can talk. And we're setting up our cameras and doing all this stuff. And it was fucking terrible.
It was terrible. So we're trying to do like, so we're watching what those girls do.
Yeah,
they're
we were
funny
trying to,
videos. So like they
emulate
have their
them.
videos of them like driving and they're just talking.
Yeah.
Kids are in their car
Remember
seats
we tried
behind
to
them.
do it the one
yeah, we went
time
to
we
like
set up the-
BurgerFi
Yeah.
and like we were
The
driving.
camera
and,
kept falling and everything. Like,
like, I don't even know what we're doing.
But eventually we just said, you know what? Like,
That's how you learn.
Most of the time when we're hanging out, we're talking about our kids. Yeah. I'm like, why don't we
always
just
record it.
naturally just start recording this and see what it evolves to? And like a couple months in, we started coming here to the studio and we started buying some equipment. And here we are like a year and a half later, coming
Doing
up on
this.
like
How many episodes?
we're
70
77, 78 episodes in.
Nice.
And
Do you guys rent the studio?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely turned into more than we ever thought it would, I think.
Yeah, all for sure.
mean,
We got to a crossroads for a little while there. We're like, we should do
but-
this anymore.
But it's amazing the contacts that we've made and the people that we've met. I mean, we met Mark just through Instagram,
Oh, really?
right?
Yeah. Well, from DJ.
Oh, DJ. Yeah.
Yakabuchi.
But like
DJI?
he followed us
He's a
through
good dude.
that, but
Yeah.
like DJ never like in
no, he found
introduced us or anything.
he found us
Yeah,
organically, like through.
Yeah.
social
but yeah, we
media and
started talking to
everything.
him on Instagram. Like we've met a couple people that we see consistently that's met through.
Yeah,
this. And
we've
it's
met a lot of
been
awesome
really
people,
cool.
man. A lot of connections. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a ton of fun. I wouldn't change it, and we have a really good time with it.
We really do.
Now you only do it on Friday nights?
Friday, Saturday.
I mean,
This
we've done
depends.
a
We
couple
met up
during the
like
week.
on Sunday last week.
Yeah.
We've done a couple. Yeah, we've done Thursday nights, just Monday nights. It just depends.
Do you ever
So-
ever have repeat guests?
Yeah, we do.
We've had,
We have had a few, like three, four,
maybe.
4. Yeah, 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Perry, Raj,
My dad.
your dad.
Yeah. Well,
Tobacco.
Raj came. They had like that.
Yeah, Tobacco, Perry.
Yeah. But yeah, we've had a couple guys come on twice. But I mean, really, what we try and do is trying to expand the network as much as we can.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
How many listeners do you have or subscribers?
So you can't know.
Okay.
Like they don't. That's not a metric that they keep. What we can know is downloads.
Downloads,
And so
yeah.
we're coming up on 10,000 total downloads, which is
10,000,
pretty cool.
Like, is that total over time?
Over
or?
like since we started.
So
the
since
first
we-
one we published was February of 2019.
Okay.
So we were like at 4,000 downloads in June.
So you don't know what episode or anything like that, just 10,000 downloads.
Look, it shows you.
It'll give you
Okay.
the breakdown by episode, and they're all roughly. There's only a couple that are like really low, and
Yeah.
then there's a couple that are really high. But most of them
Pretty
get
consistent.
like, that gives you like the first 90 days.
Okay.
So how many downloads do you get in the first 90 days?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but yeah, it's just kind of keep going up, and it's just kind of all organic content too, or
Yeah.
like reach too. So
Sure.
we're starting to do this thing, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun doing it, man. This is great. We always talk about how awesome this is that we get to do this all the time. We get to hang out. But the cool thing is just having a conversation with a guest every week where we're not sitting there in a room on our phones messing around. You actually have a real conversation.
sure.
We actually thought of it. We talked about getting like legit cameras, and we're like, number one, our iPhones have wonderful cameras on them.
They do.
Number two, it forces those phones to be used as cameras. It forces like there's no way we could have it in front of us.
Yeah, because I could easily
Because that's the best part is like
you
we
could
sit
easily
here
pick up your
we
phone and
talk.
just look at your phone
I mean,
while
I
you're talking
would-
to somebody. So
I'm
easy to do.
Terrible with my phone.
Yeah,
I'm
instead of do
always
this.
looking, and I did. Like my wife sent me a picture.
Yeah,
while
my
we were
wife
here
sent me a
of my
text
daughter.
message, so I have my messages coming through still.
Well, it's
but
like a telepathic. You checked yours. I'm like, oh, what's
Yeah,
going on?
right.
it's funny because as soon as someone lifts up their arm to
Yeah,
look, it's like,
that's it.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like,
Damn
But
things.
it's just like but it's great. Like we sit here and have a unedited, unscripted conversation that is uninterrupted. I mean, other than crazy people outside.
Yeah, people come by
coming
and knock on the
by
windows or
and, and that's fun though.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
or a piss break.
Yeah, or a piss break sometimes,
So
or 9-year-olds.
or 9-year-olds. Yeah,
he's fine. He's doing
been
great.
great.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't blame him for he's gonna be bored out of his mind.
He's got a tablet. He doesn't have
He's
it.
good.
yeah.
All right, so I think we gave you enough time for a dad hack.
All right. I think I got one.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
So like, my kids are always like, "Hey, Dad, I want this, and they can do this," and they always want food or want this or watch this. And then my biggest dad hack would be I'm just putting stuff off. It's like, hey, you know what? Yes, give me a couple minutes, we'll get to it. And it kids lose their. It's like that shiny object syndrome.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, Logan, give me 5 minutes and I'll do it. Okay. And then literally 20 minutes,
God, you're
an
right.
hour goes by and it's like, dude. I'm like, you didn't mention it again.
I never even thought of
I
that.
forgot about it.
So
Hit that button. Dad hack. That's amazing. And I probably do that
We
all
all
the time
do.
without even knowing
Yeah,
it.
but
It's so natural.
it's so natural. Like, we'll get to it. Give me a couple minutes. We'll do it. And they just forget about it. You remember. You're like, if they're not bringing it up, I'm not.
Yeah, and you know what? And then they don't bring it up again, and you're
It's it.
solid, and
Don't
it's
say
smooth
it.
sailing
Oh,
after
that's
that.
genius.
And like literally 2 weeks later, like, Dad, you said we were gonna have chicken nuggets. I'm like, I forgot, dude.
You didn't remind me.
You
Yeah,
didn't-
what?
I told you. To
Oh my
remind me in
gosh,
5
yeah.
minutes.
I have a lot of stuff going on.
Are you kidding me?
How did we forget to do that? All right, next week. Just keep putting it off.
Yep. Exactly. I'll pick some up. We'll do.
We'll get there.
I promise.
We'll get there.
Oh, that's great.
I love it. So perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, well, I
Todd,
think we did phenomenal here.
Yeah, that was awesome. Todd, why don't you shout out your gym, how to find you,
Okay.
anything
Any
you want to
plugs?
do,
Sure.
any kind of plug like that.
Yeah, I wrote them all down.
Yeah, there you go.
So my gym is Welcome to the Rock. Welcome to the number 2, the Rock, ROC.com. My online training website is the Superhero Within.
Okay.
The Superhero Within Us.com. Sorry. And find me on Instagram at trainer_Todd TODD17.
Okay. Very cool.
Awesome,
yeah,
man.
I mean,
You're doing some awesome
listen,
stuff
you're
there.
doing
That's
some great stuff.
That's phenomenal.
I'm trying to launch an online.
You got a hell of a story.
I'm trying to launch an online training business right now, so that's
Smart.
one of the reasons I was doing this. I should have plugged a little more, but we're having
You
fun.
can,
So
man. Hey,
no, I'm good. I mean, I'll come.
and we'll post some stuff too.
I'll come back
We can do
on.
that.
All
Yeah,
right.
and you can come back again. Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, I'm still in the phases of launching it. But that's the thing. I want to help divorced dads, just going through. I mean, just again, it's so easy to get out of consistency and out of working out, and you just get depressed.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of distractions and a lot of things going on.
So,
Well, and again, like kind of how we got started is one of the things that we wanted to do was reach those guys that like maybe they don't feel like they have any other friends. Maybe they don't have any other friends that have kids. You know what I mean? That can be a lonely place to be when your buddies are all going out doing whatever, and you got to be home with the kids or you know whatever. You feel bad about going out, whatever it is. It can be kind of a lonely place, and him and I like. We've known each other since we were 4.
Yeah.
And so we recognized pretty quickly we had the kids at the same time. So it was easy for us.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
we
we-
could bounce shit off each other. We'd get the kids together. It really didn't change
worked.
a lot for
Yeah.
us, you know. But not everyone has that.
for sure.
And so that's kind of the same thing like what you want to do with like the online training thing,
Yeah.
which also smart to like COVID proof your business.
Well, that was it. When COVID happened, I'm like, okay, I got to figure out. I couldn't do life insurance, which I hated anyway. The gym was shut down. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I was
Gotta do
sending
something.
out workouts to all my members. My members kept paying, thank God. I let them borrow equipment, and I was sending out home workouts, so dumbbell workouts and body weight stuff, and everybody's like, oh my God, this is awesome. They got great results. And I'm like, you know what? I got to turn this into a business.
Yeah.
And I'm going to launch shit online. So I do nutrition. I do online training. Whether you have a ton of equipment or no equipment, I can do all that stuff. So I've been doing it
awesome.
for 25 years. It's just a matter of I'm building it.
Yeah, for
slowly
sure.
building it. So
I like it.
And adapting to everything that's going on right now.
it just takes
That's
time.
awesome.
So,
Yeah, that's sweet.
so
Good.
Good
just
luck
trying to
with
get my
that.
name
That's
on it.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'll have to come back on and let us know how that's going. And
I will.
Yeah, for sure.
Anytime you
We
want.
like
It was a really good
repeat
time.
guests are always welcome.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll bring the bourbon.
Okay.
All right, man.
time.
anything you want to bring?
I'll
Yeah.
bring good stuff.
Sweet.
I think that's probably good too. I don't know much about
I
bourbon. but-
haven't had this.
Never had
yet.
this before. It's I mean, we've had the brand, but this is an actual single barrel
It's
from
104
Ohio,
proof,
so
yeah.
it's pretty good. It's
This is
all right.
actually pretty good, damn good. I haven't had it yet. I saw it on the shelf the other day.
Yeah.
I went out for a little hunt. I did see that, but I grabbed something else.
One of my insurance guys is the guy that recruited me is a huge. He's in a bourbon group.
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Most
I-
insurance guys are Scotch guys.
Yeah.
I
I'm
figured
a
that
Scotch.
out.
I'm
Are
a
you a
Scotch
Scotch guy?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll do scotch.
I love
Well, Ian's
Scotch.
not a scotch guy.
No?
I'll drink
Not
it.
a fan. I mean, I'll drink it, but like
Lagavulin, greatest Scotch. ever.
Lagavulin 16 is actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lagavulin.
There you go.
I've only had a few that I remember well enough
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
liked.
Oh,
Everything else is
Ain't
like
no
ugh.
fooling with Lagavulin.
Yeah.
That's good shit. But yeah, I'm not a. I mean, I like bourbon. Don't mean I like
Yeah.
alcohol, but
Yeah, right.
yeah, bourbon. I mean, bourbon's an acquired taste for me. So I mean, I'll talk to Scotty and see what he recommends as far as a decent bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, next time.
We'll put it together.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right, man. Thank you.
Well, for Todd and for Steve, this was great. Thank you again for coming on. You got anything else, Steve?
I'm good.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on the episode.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
YouTube.
We're on the YouTube. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And, of course, check out the website. New blog posts every Wednesday, www.thetalkingdads.com. Is that it?
That's everything. You nailed it.
All right. In the meantime, then,
Raise good humans. Thank you. Hey, guys, if you love what you just heard or watched, and we know you did, do us a solid and hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and throw us a comment, literally about anything. Your support legit keeps us going. Oh, and don't forget to give us that 5-star rating. We really appreciate you.